everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 129. We're doing the best and worst. Prepare for the long fucking haul, because this episode is always long as shit.
We never end this shit on time or early. This is a slog, folks. Get
The nice
ready.
thing, though, is I don't know if we were doing the podcast at 8 at this time last year.
Nope,
so-
we were not. It was 10:30.
It'll be like, we'll be ending at midnight.
Hopefully it won't be that long.
Instead of 2 a.m.
Here's hoping,
Yeah.
because I'm dead.
Alright, I'm just
You didn't
going
write
to...
down your video game stuff?
I didn't play enough this
Okay.
year. I
So
don't have
I'm
a
going
best-
to-
I got
I
It's like,
have-
what did you play, BG? Injustice and Mortal Kombat. The fuck else?
I'm just going to go through all these news things that happen and just kind of like bullet point them, and then DA's got something he wanted to mention from last week's podcast.
I didn't want to mention it. BG brought it up.
Oh.
This is going to make me seem like
You're a monster.
not a monster.
Just a
There's
racist
definitely
piece of
some
shit.
monstrous stuff there.
All right, so bullet point news: EA canceled open world Star Wars game. Shocker, didn't see that coming. Bungie split from Activision. The only thing I have about that is we'll really find out who put in the like loot box shit into
Yep.
Destiny.
I have words for that.
Gillette's,
We'll do it another time.
Yeah, Gillette's toxic men ad.
Oh
That's
boy,
been a thing.
people angry about that.
Oh
thing.
yes, internet manhood is.
I just ordered a Gillette razor.
Mhm.
Like, oh.
Spider-Man: Far From Home trailer came out. Looks pretty good. Trump.
I need that movie. He has the noir suit.
It's the stealth suit. Trump ate a
Not
bunch
stealth.
of
God
hamburgers this week, and the BG Twitter is on, or BG Burger King Twitter is on fire.
My
God,
favorite
yeah,
president.
Boy,
There's
Aquaman.
always
Boy.
something with that boy.
he had nugget sauce in the Lincoln saucers.
Yeah.
Made me
Yeah, how did
sad.
that even happen?
It's annoying me.
Aquaman hits 1 billion. Saw that coming.
Ugh.
And
Spider-Verse
Undeserved.
got over Spider-Verse got over 300 million. Fine.
Deserves more.
Deserves way more.
Oh yeah, hands down. But
And then,
still,
Kinda
it's
making it
cracking.
worse.
It's cracking things.
BG, did you play the Resident Evil demo?
Nope.
Okay. That,
I'm just waiting for the full game.
okay. And that's
Smart
all
move.
all
Honestly,
the
smart move.
news tidbits I had, but I will save the. You said you had words about the Bungie split.
Yeah, we'll do it another time.
Okay, I will save that in my little list here. Okay, so Da, what is this about you being racist?
It's not. It's just I find
What a
it something
lead-in.
very, very weird. Now
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, you're sighing because
Yeah,
you
no.
realize how racist this.
keep in
sounds.
mind that my most recent ex was a white lady.
Mm-hmm.
I just personally find it very weird to see black women with white men. That's all it is. Because I look at them all the time. I'm like, what do they have in common? There'll be times.
What do
and
you
this-
have in
this
common
also, Just chill out a second. I'm going to explain this because I need to explain this.
Here's the thing.
I will also see mad thugged out black dudes with little Becky girls. I'll be like, what do they have in common? This is weird. That's how my mind works. For a relationship to work in my mind, there needs to be commonalities. And there's not, my mind always goes to Lakeisha and Mike. And I'm like, what is there?
So you're saying
That-
like in the typical nature of like the stereotypes of like
Sounds
a
racist.
black woman and a white dude.
That
That's
sounds
Not
racist.
even a stereotype. I'll see a perfectly affluent black lady in a suit and a white dude in a suit. I'll still be like, that's weird. We were at the zoo, and every time if you saw me pointing behind me and BJ just sort of shaking his head, that would be me going, look, there's a black lady with a white dude. Look at him.
The real zoo for Da. Wasn't the
Yeah.
animals? Wow.
And that heated room.
This is-
Those are the hypest things in that zoo.
Oh,
That-
oh boy.
That is racist.
It's It's probably
is
a bit
racist.
bigoted or biased. I would not say
Why would it be
racist.
biased? No, it's definitely racist.
I don't.
No, no,
say-
it's
I don't-
racist.
I don't think it's racist.
I
It's
would call it
racist.
racist.
You have
Yeah.
Can we look up can we look at a definition of racism?
We're not going
please,
to the
PG?
definition.
Can we
Definition.
look up
We're
the
not
quick-
going to
quick-
Webster for this,
I'll
my man.
accept
No,
it
this is
If the
racist.
definition says that if it contours to what this is.
No, you're
prejudice,
racist, my dude.
discrimination, or antagonism directed
No,
towards
it's not antagonistic. I'm just questioning.
prejudice.
That's prejudice. That's literally prejudice.
No, I'm just checking out that.
You
last-
literally said,
Okay.
even if I see a black
Okay.
woman in a suit, I'm
You're
gonna
not
judge
discriminating,
this
but there's
relationship
definitely some prejudice.
because a black woman
It's
couldn't have anything in
more-
common with a white
Yeah,
guy.
I know.
That's prejudice, dude.
Perceived opinion that is not based on reason or actual experience. Your reasoning is racist.
No.
Yes.
It's a pre-
No,
this is
no,
why-
no.
This is why we
No,
did not
I'm
want to do this week.
Exactly. I'm not going that all black women are Lakeishas and all white people are Mike.
That's your go-to opinion. That's your
Hold
go-to
on,
example
hold on.
in your head.
Yeah, that's
The
my go-to
hold
example
on.
in
The
my head.
authorities on racism, the South, according to Versus, has a take on this, and from the Southerner here, that's racist.
We
We
came from
lived in the
South.
South for half of our lives.
Yeah.
We still got roots down there. Freaking Mississippi family reunions.
Yeah, what were we doing? Anyway,
But even if you look at like a well off black lady
Mhm.
in a suit and a thugged out black dude, you would still be like, what do they have in common? My whole thing is, what do they have in common as a baseline? And then it's race.
I will always go if for that example. She's stuck up business meetings all the time, and this dude adds some excitement to her life.
Sure, we can
Very
have that.
quick.
But
But you're instantly going,
excitement
how
does
does
not
this,
equal.
how did this typical nothing black woman that you know nothing about have in common with this typical nothing you know about white dude?
Yes, I think of
Prejudice.
sitting down and talking, and what Mike is not talking to anybody about rap music, bar none, point blank period.
You not talking to nobody about
I
rap
can
music.
talk to people
About black
I can
music.
talk about rap music 2000 from
What a slut!
1995 to 2003.
I'm sure Mike can talk about some popular rap music he'd have heard in the club by 50 Cent or some bush.
Can you, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, like top 50 stuff.
Yeah.
Name me your top 5 rap songs of all time, Mike.
See, now
If-
I don't think like
Okay.
No. This is the problem because I couldn't name
Okay,
you that.
name me 5 rap songs that you like,
that.
so that we can have some commonality here, so we can talk about rap music.
Most of them would be Eminem. I can tell you that much.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
So we gonna sit down and talk about Eminem
Yeah.
for 5 hours and I'll blow you? That ain't how a relationship works.
Relationships work many different ways.
Exactly. That's what my whole mind says.
Okay, but
How
if
does
you're-
this relationship work?
But if you're understanding that it works in many different ways, why are you thinking off rip this black woman should be with this white guy? Because there's no commonality there. Even though
No,
you're going, it
no,
works in different.
my first mindset is look at the
LaQuisha.
people. My first mindset is look at the people. If they do not fit into the LaQuisha Mike category, then they are simply black woman, white dude.
That's what it was at the zoo. It was some
Yeah.
black girl with an afro and some glasses. She looked super nerdy with some super nerdy white guy, and you still went, oh.
I didn't go on. No, I didn't go on. They don't
Damn,
disgust
you
me.
making grunts and shit?
They
What?
don't disgust me.
You
It's-
rolled your eyes.
No, I don't.
What did you
I don't
do?
roll
Oh.
my eyes. I just go, look at
Eyes.
that. My whole mindset is look at that.
You took a step back then. If you're going, look at that, it took you aback.
Yeah, but it's not a or a. It's a. I want to walk up there and
Sound
go,
effects,
what
TA,
do you
everybody.
two talk about?
You know what happens there? That's the same thing when white ladies go into malls and go, you are very pretty for a black girl.
I don't think so.
Yeah. See, like to me,
Yeah.
like
This is why we
racism
wanted
doesn't
to
have
do
to
this
be
next week.
racism doesn't have to be a full tilt 20. It can be minor.
You are very 6.5-ish on the racism
Yeah.
scale right now,
Yeah.
my guy.
Yeah.
But everybody's racist.
Yes.
We ain't,
But
we
I
ain't
don't
arguing
think-
that.
I take that back. Not everybody is racist, but everybody exhibits racism.
Everybody has racist
Yes,
tendencies.
yes.
And I believe that this is simply racist tendencies.
Racism.
No, that racist tendency is not the same as racism.
This is racism.
No, it's not. I think this is racist tendencies.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't want to admit you're racist on this regard.
Nah.
Uh-huh.
I don't think so.
This is racist.
You don't, but the
But
three of
like
us
I
are
said,
telling you
everybody-
do.
Everybody's racist.
Not everybody's racist.
Like,
No, you literally just said not everyone's racist. Everyone has racist tendencies.
I'm changing it to everybody's racist. Racism check right now. Check it out. You're walking just, let's say 7 o'clock. It's getting kind of dark. You see 6 thugged out black dudes walking towards you. You get nervous?
Nope.
You don't get
No.
nervous. You the person that got robbed several times.
This is what happened. This is something that happened. I had my light up thing Charger walking down the street. Me and this dude hopped off the bus. We were both walking down the same block. That mother stopped in front of a tree, completely hit it, and waited for me to pass because he thought I was gonna rob him.
But that's one dude. I'm saying 6 people. You got 0 tinge of worry.
Worry? Oh, I worry about everybody though.
You don't worry.
Oh
about
yeah,
Yes,
that,
I do.
the same with me. I worry about everybody. I don't care about your race.
A freaking nerdy dude and a nerdy Asian dude in a suit.
Anybody could be having a bad day and
he
fuck
worried
you up.
about Me. That's when it's just like they're worried about me.
I was walking.
Dude in
I
a
was talking
suit
to
could be
some-
going crazy and shoot you, same as a thugged out black dude.
That's a
was-
lot less
Anybody
common than
could-
the thugged out black dude.
I was
Don't
moving-
matter. It can happen.
I was moving in some stuff for this Indian girl a while back, and she was in this very posh neighborhood, and I'm just some big black dude.
Dot or blah blah blah.
Whoa.
Okay.
So,
That is some in. That is a joke that none of us are a part of, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy!
My grandmama part Indian.
What?
anyway,
What?
No, blah blah Indian, by the way.
Oh!
anyway,
That just
Oh,
happened.
that's
I'm
getting
just
clipped.
staring at my computer like, oh.
it was just
That's getting clipped. I'm sending that to
we gonna
people.
get shut down somewhere. Anyway,
Holy shit!
uh,
I'm making that my ringtone.
So what's this
So-
gonna watch this? It's like, so it turns out you're all racist.
it was just a white girl, and I was looking down at my phone, and I kept looking up at her. And when she walked past me, I looked back at everything. That noise. Anybody that walks past me, anybody that walks behind me,
Yeah.
I don't care what they look like. I don't care what they are.
I don't think so. I
I don't trust nobody.
anybody.
Yeah, no.
I trust everybody until I see that it's sort of you looking shifty, or like I said, 6 black dudes. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? How many can I take?
None.
2
Alright.
maybe.
Yeah, okay.
If I just go buck wild.
Okay.
You got knives? I hope you have knives.
All right. With that. 15
With
minute,
that,
15-minute
Ask her
little
what
sidebar
tribe she
conversation.
with.
Like I said, that's why it should have been a little separate thing, because we can keep going.
Oh, we could.
Because I'm not the crazy one.
Mm. Here's the thing. All right. Best and worst of 2018. I didn't realize how long this year was. I was looking
this
back
year
at some
legit
shit.
felt like 4.
I was looking back at some shit and I'm like, that happened this year? So
Yeah.
much shit. Especially music for me. I didn't realize
Oh,
how many
wow.
albums
This
that
I said this to DA, and it's looked like it's gonna come true. I think all of us are going to have very different. This was a blank year for me. Mike, this is a music year for you. This is a movie year for me.
It's an anime year for me.
Yeah.
And
It's
Pro
anime
Hill
year
do
for me
nothing.
as well.
So what are we gonna start with?
I think the shortest thing would be like TV, anime,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah, that is super short for me.
Yeah.
That's my blank year.
Actually, hold on. Before we start, I was talking. I was at my buddy came around town for a
Oh, I saw
show.
86 movies.
They play in a rock band, and I was talking with one of the guys, and something I had no idea about. Mike, you know Dream Theater's coming out with a fucking album this year?
Yeah.
I had no fucking
They
idea.
released
It
2
came out of
songs.
left field.
It sounds mediocre, which is depressing because that is like what
Mm.
4 albums now that I
Yeah,
have seeming it. Well,
they're your
3
they're
that I
your
have-
be all end all band, right?
They were.
Oof.
At what point do you give up on an artist?
Well, considering my Google Play lets me download shit for free, never.
No. I mean, at what point do you stop looking out for their stuff?
Do you go after 2 bad albums? You just go, oh, it might just be time
So
to hang
I
this
guess.
up.
I mean, you're always gonna listen to them. You're always gonna check them out.
When does the
But
hype
it's not
die?
like
Oh,
it's
for
not
me,
like,
the
oh,
Dream Theater
Dream
hype died.
Theater is coming out in 7 months.
Yeah, Dream Theater hype died after last album for me.
There you go.
Okay,
I gave
so
them
it's
3
2016.
chances. It's like
albums for you.
I've seen that they've been like posting stuff about the new album. I'm just like, eh. And then they
Really?
like
After one album, you gave up?
He said it's been like 4 hours.
3.
Yeah, 4 albums.
3.
Oh.
So this was the 3rd one.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said after the last
and there's
one.
the
Just
last
this
one was a double album release.
Okay.
It was a double
Wow.
album concept album, which I fucking love concept albums. My favorite album of all time is a Dream Theater concept album, and they shit the bed.
Yeah.
See, now, go ahead.
Story of the Year is my second favorite band of third. Let's go third. Third favorite band of all time, and their the album that they put out before this last one was okay. So I'm just like, maybe they just
Was
kind of
it
lost
Wolves?
it. Hmm?
Wolves.
No, Wolves was amazing. I
Okay, yeah, I was about to say, hold up,
Yeah,
because
no.
I love me some
love
Wolves.
Wolves is amazing. The one they put out before that was just
Okay.
kind of okay. It had like 3 good songs, and
I mean, that was like
I'm not really
Red
feeling
like
it.
3 albums ago.
Yeah.
They got a new producer, and they got rid of a lot of like their orchestral and like the harmonization and stuff, and it just was awful. And then they saw it was no one liked that album, and they went right back to what they were doing.
Their last album was actually pretty solid. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was last.
Was that this year? Holy shit!
Last year.
Okay, I was about to say, hold on. It feels like this.
I think it was late 2017.
Yeah, no, I think it was like October or something.
All right, so I kind of combined TV, anime, and internet stuff just because I didn't.
Yeah, that's
watch
fine.
All
Yep.
that
Yeah, that's
much.
good.
Yep, that's perfectly
So,
cool.
I'm going to start with Bad, which only has 3 things. Logan Paul, just as a general human scumbag.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
He annoys me a
Yes.
lot.
I've seen literally 40 seconds of that man.
I
my
I
life.
see YouTube videos of people talking about him, and I really enjoy those. It just gives me like fuel to just hate him and just vindication. Like,
he's
yeah, he's a
going-
piece of crap.
Apparently, he's going gay now, just
Yeah.
because he hasn't been in the
For
news
the month.
recently.
Only for the month.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the LGBT crowd have not been happy about that.
No.
But
Would
it got
you?
his name out.
Would you
It's
be
got his
happy if he
name
decided to
out
go for
there.
blackface for a month?
I would.
Yeah.
I'd find it hilarious.
it's to get his name out there because no one's been
Just
talking
like
about him.
Soldier Boy, where he's like, "I made Drake." Good job, Soldier Boy.
Next bad thing, Ruby, because the Endem Volume 5 was in 2018.
Oh.
Alrighty then.
Oh,
I was about
boy.
to say, Mike, come on, you try it.
And then the rest of Rooster Teeth, because I didn't like anything that they put out this year.
No, they've been really
At
bad.
all.
Dream Theater 2.0
Yeah, really.
coming up.
They're just blanketing. They're done. I think they're running out of that
They're not done.
creative spark.
They just because I'm not watching it doesn't mean other people aren't watching it. They still have a solid fan base. It's just none of their stuff.
They
is
always
appealing
will.
to me
Dragon Ball
anymore.
do.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
not
I think
appealing
that
to me
they
anymore.
put I think that they put a whole lot of resources into Genlock, and we're gonna see some results.
Yeah.
If that's quality, we're gonna see. Okay, this is where everything went.
Yeah.
I'm not hyped for Genlock though at all.
Yeah, me either. But that's mecha stuff.
Yeah.
I
I'm sure
love Mecha. I love Mecha, and I'm not hyped for Genlock.
They're gonna get crowds from the Rooster Teeth people, the Ruby people, since it's been in all the Rubies.
Yeah.
And they're gonna get people coming in from Michael B. Jordan tweeting it out. They're gonna get mecha fans. They're gonna get those people to come in.
Yeah.
So they're not.
They have
Don't
too
worry
many
about
famous
Genlock.
people for it to like not get around.
Yeah, but I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
Neither am I.
All right. I'm just gonna go with stuff that I missed, that I wanted to watch: Goblin Slayer, Fooly Cooly, Cells at Work,
Skip Goblin Slayer. Don't even bother.
Overlord, Violet Evergarden, and then Daredevil.
How did
You
you
missed
miss
Daredevil?
Violet?
Yes, I did because I'm trying to catch up.
All right.
Going to that hike up Everest. And then good, Ruby, because Volume 6 came out this year.
Yeah, so since that's on my list, let's talk about this for a little second. I love that big dumb mecha fight.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of people just going, it's kind of dumb and it was sort of slow and lumbering. I loved it. I loved it so much. They're very. I think I've only went, yo, that was awesome, like 3 times in all of Ruby. And when Ruby teleported up and then ran on the missile, I went, yo, that was awesome.
Oh yeah, hands down.
That got me. I was like, yeah, you got me, you dumb Rooster Teeth. You got me. Oh, it's cool. Rule of cool. That was great. And the Blake stuff was super, super good as well. That fight was really good.
Yeah.
So they've been doing big things, cha-ching, whatever. We're not talking about that right now. You were talking about that in about 2 weeks.
It was good and bad just because Volume 5 and Volume 6 subsisted in the same year.
I think that Volume 6 is so good that it just eclipsed the badness of Volume 5.
No, it can't for me.
All right.
I can't
No,
forgive
Volume
that.
5 is an
I
abomination.
can't forgive those end episodes.
An abomination.
So I was listening to old episodes trying to find a specific point, and there was about 5 minutes where our good buddy Proceed to Heaven was defending Volume 4 of Ruby. And I'm like, what are you doing, homie? Mike just like, it's not very good. It's like, no, you don't see what they were going for. They were going for this.
Yeah.
Like, what? No.
Yeah, I was legit. I rewatched that one too. I was legitimately trying because I wanted to still believe that it had a chance to get better. But it was like maybe a few weeks after that episode where I had a conversation with Versus that I just went, you know what? This series is a dumpster fire. And then season 5 happened and my entire faith in the creative team died.
Yep. All right, other good things. Game Grumps. I put Daredevil in good because I know it's good. I just need to fucking watch it. My Hero Academia. I started watching the Castlevania anime. I am
Fucking finally!
And then Critical Role. Those were basically all of my good TV things. Really, most of my year was Critical Role.
Yeah.
And that's it for me, for TV and anime and stuff.
Oh boy. Someone else can go before me. I'm still calculating my anime. There's a lot.
All
I didn't
right.
realize.
Oh no, I'll go next because I'm sure DA is
All right.
longish. Maniac on Netflix, really good. Jonah Hill, Emma Stone.
Well, that's the one where it's like they're in different worlds or
Yeah.
alternate realities. Yeah.
There's like 3 episodes where they're in different worlds.
Okay.
It
looked
good.
interesting.
Yeah, it's good.
Also,
Anime, My Hero.
I can't not see, like, Jonah Hill is hard to look at skinny. It does not
Oh my
compute.
god,
It's weird. Oh, that's prejudice.
it is prejudice.
Like, good for him.
Yeah,
it's
it
just like,
is.
it's just, I'm not used to it. I've only seen him in like 4 things. Go ahead.
That was good. H Bomber guy, I can't say his praises enough to watch him. That's my internet stuff. Anime, My Hero. I think that's about all I did for TV. I'm not caught up in Flash. I'm not caught up in Arrow.
I have not
I'm
watched
not-
any of the CW stuff.
Bruh, I haven't watched Titans yet. Though I hear it gets really good.
Yeah, I heard the first episode was just, ugh, but then it slowly starts
Mhm.
climbing up that hill.
I keep running up that hill.
TV shows for me, your boy DA. First off, My Little Pony season 8. The next season, season 9. Season 9 is the last one, they say, but this one has been the best one in like 2 seasons, and I say that with 6 and 7 both being really good. But this one, oh my goodness, it was a very, very good one. I was surprised. I'm like, this is keep getting better and better. Keep it going. But they're like, nah, they're gonna go off and start Generation 5. I'm like, Ruby is good. I called it. I'm so happy just to watch a really, really good show. 'Cause I'm going really, really good at this point. This was a whole episode of fight, and I watched that like 3 times in a row. I love.
Oh
Post-Fight.
yeah.
Even when it's just Blake. Blake looks awesome without her jacket, by the way. Keep that look. But even though it was just fighting, I was just like, these fights were really good. The strategy with the big mech fight was really good. The I loved Adam's Eye. Yo, it's a
I still don't
company.
understand
They
that.
branded people.
Because could you? What does the SOT stand for? I don't remember
Sneed
that.
Dust Company.
Sneed Dust Company.
Oh shit! I thought that was an O.
No, that's what I thought at first, and then I looked at it closer and closer. I'm like, that's a D. And I went
Sneed Dust
SDC. What is that? Sneed Dust Company. And I freaked out.
Holy shit!
That's so good. That helps Adam so much. I hate Adam. That helps him so much. The
Bro,
only thing that I can see, yeah, that got mad dark. But the only thing that I can see this volume just sort of taking it down a couple
it was
pegs
a
for your
dream.
boy.
If it was a dream.
If it was a dream, BG just keeps going. Yo, what if this is all just a dream? Wouldn't that suck? I'm like, don't you do this, BG. But other than that, it'd just be a hard confirmed shipping of two of the Ruby girls. That would bring it down for me. And it's looking harder and harder, like Yellow and Black are getting it on.
To be honest, it's looking like the 4. The subtle hints for Ruby and Weiss are building.
We'll see, but that would bring it down a couple pegs, but not.
I hope it's not. Don't get me wrong. I also hope it's not, but I don't know, man. Just the chemistry thing they got going on. They're not good at subtle. They're really not good at subtle.
Yeah, they're not. And the last thing for my TV is Bob Ross. I've been just absorbed in Bob Ross.
Is this Phil's fault?
No,
Okay.
it's just Twitch. I was on Twitch. It was after the field stream. And then, right over here, it's just like, hey, here's other people streaming. It was Bob Ross. I was like, Bob Ross. And I went to Bob Ross. I was like, yo, this is super hype. This is the best. So every now and then, like, every day I'll watch like 2 episodes. There's like 600 episodes, so I'll never catch up. It's super good. I love me some Bob Ross. That's it for TV shows. I don't really do it to TV shows.
I forgot one thing just because it only happens twice a year, but the GDQs, the Games Done Quick marathons.
Games Done Quick.
They actually just wrapped AGDQ last week, and yeah.
One of my friends does those.
Speedruns?
Yeah. No, he does GDQ.
Oh, okay, nice.
He's actually one of the speed runners.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just I enjoy speedrunning. I have a bunch of VODs of like stuff that I missed, like someone sped run Nier, which I will be mentioning in my games. But
all right, moving on to since you mentioned Game Grumps, I'll just shout out my boys. Pour out a 40 for the 2 best friends play.
Yeah.
Still hurts. I'm slowly starting to watch them again, and it's funny. I still really enjoy it, but it's always just a twinge of just. Anime. The legit funniest anime that I've ever seen, and I've seen a whole lot of anime, is Chio School Road. I love that show so much.
Huh, I haven't even heard of that one.
I can only watch
wait till I
2
get to the
episodes
movies.
at a time. It is, I laugh so hard and so frequently at that show, and it's such a dumb premise because all it is this girl. She's walking to school, and then crap happens between walking and the school time, and it's so funny. I'd say watch 1 episode or watch a clip of it online, and the dub is so good. I love it to death. I cannot recommend Chio School Road enough. Watch that. Fairy Tail 2018 came out last year, and it's great. I love seeing more Fairy Tail because I was without Fairy Tail for a very long time. Dub's still really good. They had to replace a couple people. That sucks, but it's still super good. They changed the art style a little bit. But it's still super good. The director changed. The new director is really good. He follows me on Twitter for some reason. I don't know, but yeah, that's super good. Fairy Tail, more Fairy Tail. I want filler Fairy Tail. There's only 52 episodes in this season, and I want more. I want the 100-Year War. Don't give me the 100-Year War. What am I talking about? I don't want that crap. It's terrible.
Right, you've got like 17 followers, and half of them are affluent like voice actors and bullshit like that.
It's weird.
Have you caught up yet for the 100-Year Quest?
No.
Oh.
When we were going to Mike's place, I'm like, all right, 100-Year Quest time. Come on, 100-Year Quest. I can't do it.
Okay.
I opened it up and I just went, I can't do it.
Legit, the entire arc they just went through was bullshit. All the
Yeah.
fights, everything, it wasn't even the real people. It was Ash copies of them.
Fantastic. Get in there.
It is a dumpster fire.
My man Mashima doing big things out here. Next up, My Hero, of course, My Hero. I think that I didn't really get to talk about this because it's just a known thing, but I think the One for All for One is the single best episode of an anime ever.
Hands down.
Really?
Yes.
United States of fuck yes.
I love that
I wouldn't go
episode
that
so
far.
much. You haven't seen it dubbed?
I have.
Oh, you did? I thought you said you didn't.
I've watched all of My Hero dub
Oh yeah, several times. Yeah.
several times.
What would you say?
Best anime episode of
Yeah.
all time?
Think about that while I keep on talking.
Go ahead.
There was a Netflix show that came out a couple weeks ago. It was more like a month ago, called High Score Girl. It's a really good.
Oh, I
anime.
heard about that, yeah.
It's about this dude who plays video games, and then this girl was an extremely quiet girl who says 0 words throughout
Do
the show. and
two-parters count?
No, one part. Who's she doesn't talk at all throughout the show, and I love characters like that. And she just beats them, and they go on little adventures, and then she goes away, and she comes back. It's a really good, like, cutesy little show. And they just go straight up. Here's Street Fighter. Here's the history of Street Fighter. Here's Guilty Gear. Here's the history of Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
It's the actual games in there, and they show off combos and stuff. It's really super good. Why do I have super in here? I don't know. I didn't do
Worse.
this in good for
Worse.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely for JoJo, the dub,
I forgot Super was last year.
yeah, it was. The JoJo dub continues to be great. Part 5 is super good because even though I hate Part 5, it's still JoJo, and they're doing really good things. Pop Team Epic, super funny show.
Ooh, yes.
It's non sequiturs. It's just a weird, funny show that you can just pop on and just go, "What's going on?" and laugh and just move on.
It's like
Black
Aqua
Clover.
Teen Hunger Force, but the new version.
Yeah, and they changed. I love it because they changed the two main characters' voices every episode. So you'll get like Brina and Chris Sabat are the two main characters, and it's just like whatever, and nothing's made of it. But I love that.
If you gave
Yeah.
me a two-parter, I could think of one right now, but I can't. I need some time.
Black Clover.
I would have went the Death Parade two-parter.
Yeah, yeah, but we're talking one parters because if we're talking two parters, I can lump in that whole fight because that was a
Yeah,
episode.
I would.
But
I would have said
I
the
would
Death
still
Parade.
say that two part is better than. But
Dude,
anyway,
that's
Black Clover really good. I enjoy it. Steins Gate Zero. I only watched like 4 episodes, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna let it catch up. But I enjoyed those 4 episodes. I'm gonna catch up with those soon. Going over to the mad or the bad. I can't say bad because Hunter x Hunter is #1 on the mad to bad list.
no. You can put it back.
You only watch 1 episode. You don't know. You don't know.
I don't need.
It's
to watch
hard.
no
it's
more.
a hard. It's a
hard,
hard
bro.
show.
It's hard. I don't give a. They're trying so hard to make you care about everybody in 20 minutes. I don't give a about none of y'all.
Yeah. Super's down there with the mad to bad. I watched 2 or 3 episodes of Darling and Franks, and I went, not for me. I love your Trigger, but it's not for me.
You made a good call.
Yeah, I heard that it just pooped bad.
It got. I'll go over it when it's my turn.
Okay, that's it for the anime for your boy.
Anything else?
I can go into podcasts.
Oh yeah, we might as well.
Yeah.
do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
go for it.
I'll zoom through those because nobody cares. Nobody listening to my recommendations.
What
Listen
are
to
you
my
talking about? I
recommendations.
did.
Yeah, you listened to like 1 or 2.
You only gave me one.
I've listened to a bunch of them in the last
No.
best of the worst.
Okay, that's best
I
for worst.
constantly
Okay,
go
no.
listen to these podcasts, BG.
Name
great.
one.
Oh yeah, I'll get to it.
Name one.
The Dollop, the history podcast.
You didn't recommend that one.
Yeah, you were like
But
history.
I also said history.
Fart.
Fart? Yes. History's a giant fart.
So the Giant Bombcast, 2 of their people, I don't really listen to or watch them, but I know of them. They have a podcast called All Systems Goku, where they watch Dragon Ball Z Kai for the first time, and it's really good to see their reactions. They're both really funny people. I totally recommend that. The Morph Club is a Animorphs podcast where they read one book per episode.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I like.
I
these
might listen to that
podcasts.
one. That sounds
One
fantastic.
of them is a huge Animorphs fan who read all the books front to back, and one of them is just like a casual who just sort of remembers stuff. And it's good to see that back and forth. Going the same way is a podcast called Cinema Swirl. It's one dude who knows a lot about movies, and one dude who has not seen many popular movies like Aliens, and I'll go through
Same
the
here.
list of Full Metal Jacket, Rocky, Blade Runner, The Blair Witch Project, like big movies that are just like, oh, you should see these movies.
Cultural impact.
Yeah, there's one guy who has seen them and one guy who hasn't, so that he gets their experience. And they also have a sister podcast called How to Wrestling, where one guy's a wrestling expert and they talk about like, here's the entire backstory of Kane, and here's a couple good matches, here's a couple good promos. What do you think of Kane? That's really good. I talked about this one a couple times because I really, really love this podcast. Probably like top 5 podcasts for me. It's called Plumbing the Death Star, where they just talk about, they present a question each week and they just sort of talk about it. Their last couple episodes is what's wrong with wizards, which superhero could benefit from a life coach, which X-Men character had the worst puberty.
Who had
And
for the life coach
Wrong.
one? Who had the best? What was the better argument for what character? I have to know.
Could benefit from a life coach. Hawk. It was the Hawk.
Okay.
I'm telling you, they got like 200-300 episodes, and they're all just like that, dumb questions like that. And one of them was they broke down Beyonce's "If You Like It, You Should Have Put a Ring on It" line by line, and they sort of like melded it into she's a Green Lantern who just destroyed a world and she's trying to recruit other lanterns. I'm telling you,
Sinestro.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, listen to Plumbing the Death Star. Mike's gonna hate me for this, but I only listen to one D&D podcast. I know I need to get into Critical Role, but
I
it's
don't
such
get
a
it.
large hurdle.
I big don't
But-
get it.
The one that I listen to is called D&D is for nerds. It's really good. It's from the same people from Plumbing the Death Star. That's why I sort of like it. JoJo's World. One guy knows a lot about JoJo, the other guy doesn't. They go episode by episode by episode, and they talk about JoJo. I really love it. We Hate Movies. 4 guys talk about bad movies. The best podcast to me. Single best. It's so funny. I love it. My Dad Wrote a Porno. This guy's dad wrote a porno. He, chapter by chapter, reads it out to 2 of his friends. It's an old guy who doesn't really know about sexual stuff. And it's very funny to listen to. And The Dollop, which is a history podcast where one guy talks to another guy about history. And history is crazy.
Oh yeah. Hands
Those
down.
are my podcasts. Those are my podcasts. Listen to those podcasts. I love them all. I highly recommend all of them.
Okay.
That's it. That's it for me. That's it. I've been talking for too long.
All right. So for TV, for me, it's a light year. For legit TV, anime, it's a little bit bigger. So Haunting a Hill House Netflix series. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It's actually a really cool take on the horror genre. It's psychological horror, but it's really good. I really enjoyed it. Daredevil was fucking outstanding. This might be the best
Daredevil
season
was a
yet.
return to form.
Oh yeah, this might be the best season of them all
Oh, no,
because
it
they
is.
had
3-1-2.
they had another hallway scene that made season 1 so special. It was choreography was outstanding. I fully adored it. For meh TV, Luke Cage, I wasn't that impressed. Big Mouth was, I think the later episodes came out in 2018 as well. I just
You
watched
watched
it this year
that?
though.
Hold on.
You watched that?
I was forced to, yes, on my vacation. It was
I was planning to watch it.
okay.
I've seen
I-
clips and
the-
I'm like, no, thank you.
The best review. Okay, here's the thing: is the people that I was with for my vacation showed it to me because they love cringy humor, and that's what this is. And the second reason why I was shown is because the writer's from Long Island.
Okay.
My
And so this
roommates
is-
watch it.
It's a show about the awkwardness of growing up in a
Got it.
Jewish neighborhood as a Jewish kid,
Puberty.
and that's essentially the best way I could sum it up.
They're
for
all
you.
going through puberty as well.
Yeah, it's. I think I laughed twice and had pity laughs like 4 times. throughout the entire
What
season.
I have heard from the roommates, because I've only seen glimpses, and I'm like, the show's
It's-
fucking weird, is that
it's
it's
very
better in the second season, but that's
Oh
really
yeah, the
only-
first season's a fucking trash bin. Second season is better. I still wouldn't call it good.
Yeah,
So it's
that's my only
meh to
input
bad
on the
for me.
show.
It's in the meh to bad for me. For TV, that's
You just reminded me of 2 more shows.
That's gonna be it for me for TV. Podcast, I don't have any. Anime though. Anime. So Darling in the Franxx. I'm gonna start with my bad, because this should have in all essence been a very good. Trigger had an amazing concept, great execution, great animation. The mechs were interesting because they were fan servicey but still fun. The show didn't take itself uber seriously, but the characters were interactive and fun. It was a good series until the midway point, and at which point they literally took a 12-gauge shotgun, opened their mouth, and pulled the goddamn trigger, and the brain matter what was left of the show.
Hey.
It was a dumpster fire. I have never seen a show go from, okay, I'm enjoying this, to, what drugs did you do? So fast. In one episode, it goes from, this is competent and I like it, to, what the fuck did you smoke? It was bad. I was very sad because I was really enjoying it, and the episode before it all went bad was hands down my favorite. And then the following
That's the same way I feel about Mirai Nikki, where
Boy!
it's the halfway point. Where I was
Yes!
like, what happened? What happened,
Right, that's the
yo?
same thing that happened to Guilty Crown.
Yes! What is this curse? This series has everything going for it. It's got the ladder to success, and then it just goes, you know what sounds good? Diving to my death. And that's what it did.
I'm here now.
it's
I'm
bad.
content. Let go.
And we
It-
at the top, baby. What could go wrong?
Eagle screech, and an Assassin's Creed dives and misses the hay bale. Dies instantly. Okay, other anime that's really good. Angels of Death, highly recommended. Very good. I enjoyed it. Kind of came out of left field. Great animation. Characters are fun. I completely enjoyed it. Attack on Titan is in the mat to bad because it's a fucking dumpster tier series. I haven't watched this, but literally almost everyone I know has now watched the series and says it is outstanding and destroys you throughout the season. Banana Fish, check it out. It's a yaoi. If that turns you off, whatever. But if you like a good story, regardless of the sexual tendencies, Banana Fish, check it out. It's good. Another one I've heard a lot about that I haven't watched, but I've been recommended, is Bloom Into You. It's a Yuri. Very, very creative writing, very well done. Check that one out as well. But going through it. God, I see Darling in the Franxx again, and I want to cry. Devilman Crybaby. Netflix anime original, but holy fuck did it come out of nowhere. I love the original manga for Devilman. I read it way back, I think like 2007, and the animes were, again, they were either uber gimmicky or they tried to go super edgy, and both failed at what their attempts were, so it was sad because I only had the manga. The anime did exceptionally well to capture like the fluidity of the art style of the manga, and it still managed to tell the tonal messages that the manga was about, which is war, human like nature, violence, yada yada, but also our better period, our better mentalities. It shined through in moments of crisis. It was a good series. Highly recommend watching Devilman Crybaby. The music is awesome. It's a great series. The art style can get wonky. Push past it. It's goddamn good writing. Going for it. Goblin Slayer's in the mat to bad because holy fuck is this a linear dumpster fire show. If you hate Dragon Ball, for the reasons that we've discussed in this podcast already, you already understand Goblin Slayer. It's structured like shit. It's just a gore hate fest. And that's it. It's essentially the main character hates goblins because his family was raped and murdered by goblins, these low-level shit tier monsters that we farm in mass in RPGs. They destroyed his life, so now he's this high-level fucking douchebag who just hunts these creatures. He gets a harem. It's awful. The show doesn't deserve any praise. It's a shit show. Fucking avoid it. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? This list is a shit show.
While you're still thinking,
Voltron.
Go ahead.
Voltron. Voltron completed this year before the new year. Holy fuck. This season was out goddamn standing. And if you haven't watched the new revamp for Voltron, again, highly suggested. The first season may have you go, this is a little weird. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this. Again, it's one of those series that builds after the first season. Season 1 is literally entirely set up. Season 2 is, from that point on, off the rails development and amazing writing, outstanding characters. I didn't think I would ever find a series that I literally just had to force myself away from. This was that. I would legit binge the entire season in a day if I wasn't working that day when it dropped. And that's rare for me. Megalobox. If you like the art style of Cowboy Bebop, but you also enjoy boxing and future shit, Megalobox. That's the series in a nutshell for you.
Future shit.
Yeah, future shit. It's literally the mechanized boxing. It's interesting. Overlord is in the meta bad because I'm tired of this show. It doesn't do anything new. It's just the same shit on repeat. It's fucking obnoxious. It's okay. The same progression happens literally every fucking season in every goddamn arc, and I'm fucking tired of it. Stop with the isekai that's trash. Now, on the isekai that's not trash, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. That show had no business being fucking, yet it was exceptional for the reasons that it shouldn't have been good. The
Your mic's
is
cutting
the
in and
generic. What?
out. Your mic's cutting in and out.
Fuck.
Probably internet.
It's probably internet. Give me a second. Let me pause something. Pause that. Let me turn that off. Okay. So, How to Summon a Demon Lord is a generic isekai. Guy gets transported to a fantasy world that's related to a game, and now he's just got to go through shit. There's a fuck ton of fan service, but you're actually forced to relate, and you're given a lot of backstory for the fan service female characters, so you kind of don't feel like it's uber gross. You kind of can like accept it in a way because they're growing attached to the main character, and they're just kind of that way. And there's other women in the world who aren't that way. So it's just kind of like, oh, well, the guy legit just got lucky. It is what it is. And there's no, like, it doesn't make you feel awkward watching it. So I enjoyed it. The plot is good. The magic is great. The combat is fun. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. I really can't explain why I love it instead of just like it, but I love it. Check it out. I watched Persona 5 animation. I haven't played the game myself. The anime was kind of, it was meh, middle tier to me. It wasn't special. The music, I feel like, was a little, didn't fit the tone sometimes for certain scenes, but the music itself was great. Yeah.
Okay.
The music stuff was great, but I feel like it didn't fit into some of the scenes in the anime. I feel like
I
they were used
can't
better in the game.
speak to that, so I can't.
Yeah, I've had people who played Persona back that for me, so that's why I'm
I
bringing
can
it
at
up as
least
a point.
say from what I've seen, the anime is meh.
Yeah, it's
I only got through like the first 5 episodes. I wanna
Waiting
say.
for the dub.
Yeah, it's the mixing is meh. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Again, really creative writing. The original, like the name of it, make you think, what the fuck is this about? First episode makes you go, am I gonna like these characters? You continue on, trust me, you're gonna like the characters. It's very creative, very interesting, very fun. Radiant was, I haven't finished that. I can't speak to Radiant yet. Seven Deadly Sins, the new season dropped this year. Season 2 of Seven Deadly is fun. The series is great. I love it up to death. It's really one of my favorite series of all time right now. SSSS Gridman. Fun series, great premise, amazing characters. Check it out. Fully enjoyed it. Sword Art Online. It exists still. I don't know why it burned to the ground. It's in shit tiers list. It shouldn't exist. I don't know why the fuck it does. Just someone kill it now. I almost forgot it's the 1,000-Year Blood War. It says 1,000 Musketeers. Never mind. Violet motherfucking Evergarden. Now, if you want a series that has knock you the fuck out art, great writing, and absolute beautiful character development that you feel throughout the series, that's Violet Evergarden. Violet Evergarden might be one of the quintessential perfect examples for character writing for anime in general, because you literally watch a Lego brick go from a Lego brick to a fully functioning human, and that fully functioning human's fucking amazing, and the art is holy fuck. It I'm not sure if it was done by UFO Table. I don't think it was. No, it wasn't. It's gorgeous. The series is beautiful, and I have never had to like buffer myself watching a series because I didn't want it to end too quick. It's the reverse of Voltron for me. While Voltron had me like it was just quick, rapid fire action and great writing, and I wanted to power through it and I wanted to digest everything. Violet was I wanted to savor it. So again, Violet Evergarden might have my highest praise for the entire season, year, my bad. And besides that, in the Met to Bad, simply because it's again good concept, had great start, and then dumpstered itself is Zombieland Saga. I was all about it after the first 3 episodes, and then I felt like it just fell into the cliche stupidity that a lot of these idol shows do. What made it special, they didn't capitalize on. It felt like they just used it as a grab gimmick and then abandoned it.
I've been hearing fire about that show.
I loved the beginning, but I felt like it fell off hard. So I kind of dropped it after the midway. I didn't complete it, but the middle was so rough for me that I can confidently give it this regard. I may go back and I may change my mind on this if the later part of the season or series, I don't know if it's complete, is better. And it is. Okay, it's complete. So if the later part of the series fixed that problem, or maybe it was just more set up for an ending that we need, sure, I'll give it a better score. I'll be the first to admit I might have been wrong in this regard. But when I had such strong hype after the first 2 episodes that when it fell off hard for me. And that's all of my television. Like I said, anime was a big year for me.
I had 2 more TVs. You reminded me because I forgot about Netflix. BoJack Horseman, some of the greatest you'll ever see. Fantastic.
That is something that I'm always just like, come on, watch BoJack Horseman, you piece of crap. And I never get to it.
Bro, I sped through it, and then I was like, okay, here comes the next episode, and it's just like, oh, it's been renewed. The other one is Enchantment. It's fine. Or Disenchantment, whatever it's called.
You mean
Disenchantment, Enchantment, whatever it's called.
Yeah. The Futurama company, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Disenchantment.
Yep, it's fine.
All right.
Okay. So I say next we do music.
Okay.
Music's almost an empty list for me.
Music is short for your boy.
I'm gonna also be short. I'm gonna rattle off mine super quick. See, this was a disappointing year for a lot of the people I really like. Slaves, Johnny Craig led band, they put out their album this year, and it was disappointing as opposed to their last one, which was their best album. Dance Gavin Dance put out a new one this year, and Man of the Year was, not Man of the Year, but the last album was probably their best non-Johnny Craig album, and this one, it was just kind of like,
I liked it, but to me,
their last album, Artificial Selection, was so much better.
It was good. Like, I don't know if it was just like they used new recording equipment or something, but the lead singer's name is escaping me. BG, if you know.
Tillian.
So is it?
Tillian.
It sounded like raspier.
I don't know what it is. I did not enjoy it.
Like, I saw them live. They're fucking awesome live. But yeah, this album was for me. It's in my good, but it's like bottom of the good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what a lot of the albums were for me. Freaking J. Cole, he put out a very good album this year. It's not his best album, but it was a very good one. Pusha T, Daytona. So I have waffled forever. I'm not gonna give my album of the year because I'm still trying to debate it. I'm probably gonna do something for the channel I have, but my album, like, it's between Pusha T's Daytona and Czarface meets Metalface. Like, those albums are ridiculous. Why are you rolling your eyes?
I saw something on the ceiling, sir.
Okay,
that's all it was.
Looked like an eye roll. So yeah, MF Doom, Czarface, ridiculous album. This might be Pusha T's best album. As far as not good albums, Freaking Ye is Kanye's worst album of all time. I did not think it was possible for something to be worse than Pablo, but Kanye West did it. You keep disappointing me, Ye. Every year, every time he comes out with an album, I'm like,
Didn't he
he's
just
going
announce
back to
something new, too?
Graduation. He's going back to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I will take 808s and Heartbreaks Part 2 because I love 808. But this album was trash. The first song, these fans, shut up! Everything Ye touches, they think is gold. The first song on this freaking album is just him. I thought about killing you today for about a minute and 20 seconds before a verse comes in, and they're like, it's genius. It's not.
Did you talk to Peanut about this?
Yes.
What did he think?
He thought it was all right. He said it wasn't his worst album. No. We talked about it, and I said, Ye is his worst album. And he was looking through the album. He was like, yeah, I guess it is.
Because he's one of those
Kanye apologists.
I wouldn't say apologist.
Stop apologizing.
I guess it is as an apology.
That album is trash. Nas' album disappointed me. Kids See Ghosts, which was Kanye West and Kid Cudi, that was pretty good. Nipsey Hussle had a fantastic album this year. I think that's about it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, this was not a big music year for your boy. Tonight Alive's album, it was probably their worst album.
They had a new album?
Yes,
I need to check that out.
it's probably their worst album.
Okay.
All right,
Never mind.
I will go through mine. Good. I have Dance Gavin.
We should probably end with you because since you're gonna be the biggest.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I'll go
Anybody
next.
that's the biggest, it should just end with them.
I'm gonna be rather small because this year saw me branching out in like more internet music. So not even like Spotify, but there's music internet musicians like Illenium and Zydwolf essentially. But album wise, my favorite for the year would probably be Breaking Benjamin's Ember.
Yes.
That's gonna be
yes,
the
yes.
maximum of that for bands that people would associate me with. For the most part, I've just been listening to a lot of singles that people
You
put
didn't
up on
make
YouTube,
1,800
indie music.
betas to Code Geass and Breaking Benjamin in the early 2000s or late whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that happened. I mean, I love me some Breaking Benjamin. So the new album Ember hit me in all the right ways. It was like, again, like I said before, a return to form. For some people, happened that was Ember. Ember reminded me a lot of their good old stuff,
Oh,
with
yes.
a little bit of their new flair. So highly impressive album. Glad to see them back, and looking forward to newer stuff. And it's not this year, but Soilworks dropped a new album yesterday. Verk Lighten. It's not 2018, but I don't have much music, so I'm going to add this to this. It's not their best album, but it's not their last either. So it's in the middle,
It's better than the
which
last
is still
album.
high
Every
praise
time
because
Pro talks, I remember something else.
You're done. You're done.
Kamikaze is Eminem's.
oh
It's a middle album. It's a middle album.
nah,
It's a
man,
middle the
album
road.
of the year.
That album is not album of the year.
Album of the year.
Eminem-
Venom is fire. Venom
Eminem-
is fire.
Eminem new coked you bastards. He freaking came out with this doo-woppy pop album before, rapping this same type of style. So he comes with this album rapping that same type of style, but because he's doing the mind thing of going against popular music, the same people y'all don't like, all of a sudden it's a return to form. The album is okay.
It's Pepsi Crystal.
Freaking, you can call it a nostril because it's not ever gonna shut up. And dad puns.
It's
Nothing
bad.
wrong with a nice pun every now and again.
Call it a nostril because it's not.
Yeah,
It's
for
fine. I don't see a
Eminem.
problem.
for Soilwork,
I enjoy pun.
which man, I'm forgetting the album off the top of my head, but the
You would
album
love
with
you some Big Sean.
Epitome,
Which one?
Akuma, Afterglow, Dogs of Pavlov. That is my favorite Soilwork album.
The Living Infinite?
Yes,
Is
I
that which one that is?
love that album. I actually went back. I listened to the new album. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I went back and listened to the Living Infinite. And I'm like, oh.
Wait, no, which song again, Mike? Say again?
The Akuma Afterglow, Dogs of Pavlov. No, not Living Infinite. I want to say the Panic Broadcast.
It's the Panic Broadcast.
Yeah. Yeah, that album.
That's
I went back and
the
listened.
2010 one.
I went back and listened to it, and I'm like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the Panic Broadcast is hands down their best album,
I love
without
that
even a
album so
fucking
much.
shadow of a doubt.
That's
Although I do think the Ride Majestic grew on me hard. It might be their second for me.
I would have to go back and listen to some of their older stuff, but yeah. Okay.
But
Is
yeah,
that- is that- yeah.
I put Verkleiten in like the middle.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But the gap between middle and bottom is pretty deep because their bad shit is bad.
Yeah.
I love them. They're my favorite fucking metal band, but their bad shit is dull. Yeah, that's it for me.
I got 3 or 4 things technically that I can talk about. Number 1, technicality, but story of the year is Wolves. Came out December last year.
Oh, we don't. We count it.
I love
Wolves
that
is hype.
album
I'm not even a
so-
story of the year guy like that.
so much. It's really good when you find an album that you from a band that you like, and it's just song after song after song after song of just wow, these are all just really good songs.
That was Ember.
And for me, Wolves was that. I love Wolves. The Persona 3 and Persona 5 dancing soundtracks. They count.
They do. They do.
Oh, the songs are so good.
You are.
What was that? I can hear you.
I said I'm
Please.
clearing my throat.
Oh,
Excuse me.
good. You need to get all that phlegm out your throat. Those songs, 3, I don't really care about 3. I want to go back and play 3. Their songs are so good. They're so fun to play. They're so hype. And the complete opposite, P5 is just so chill. They've got the hype songs, but it's mostly just, yo, here's these songs. Oh, they're so good. Oh, that song is a DLC, and I hate them for it.
Oh, that the cafe song?
Yes, they've got 2 remixes that are not DLC, but that remix is a DLC, and it's the twins when they're fused. That's who's dancing, and I'm like, dude, that's super good. That's super good. Yeah, they count. I love those songs. I love them, and I love playing. I'm going to talk about the dancing series again.
But
You guys know
that's
it. It's coming.
Shocking. That's in your
It's
in your
coming.
top games. It's the bad category, right?
Have to be.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I never hear him talk about it.
Yeah.
And the last thing is Gorillaz, the Now.
Figured.
And Gorillaz, every single album except for one of them, and that one is my favorite. All of them, I've listened to them once, and I've gone, this album sucks. Always, it's like these are 2 good songs. Other than that, it's like this album sucks, and I hate it because Gorillaz are awesome. And now I listen to it a second time, like, no, this might be their second best album, and it's always that turnaround, and it happened again.
Another one.
I love this album. The Now, it's a lot weirder than their last album, which is Humans. Humans, the main guy, Damien Albarn, he sings. He also plays a bunch of instruments. I love the man, but he sings. In Humans, somebody did the math, and he was singing about 30% of the entire album, and the rest were guests. So this one, there's only 2 songs with guests on them, and the rest is him just singing. So it's just a complete opposite end of the coin, and I love it. It's different. It's great. Sort of Humans and Now are sort of like one big album that you can sort of mix and match.
We don't count that.
The Now is really good. Like I said, it's probably their second best album, and that happens a lot. But it's the last one for a very long time, which saddens me. Go listen to P3 and P5, people.
Another music one. Jean
No,
Grey
no.
and Quail
Whatever. Mike, go, quick before he continues.
Chris. Jean Grey and Quail Chris. Thank you.
All right. So music good. Dance Gavin Dance. Mentioned it's kind of on the low side of things, but I still enjoyed
Yep.
the album.
Yeah.
Breaking Benjamin, Ember, like BG was saying, or sorry, DA was saying how Story of the Year had like song after song after song. I loved every song off this album. It just like The Breaking
Instant
Benjamin
click,
I love.
instant fire.
Yeah, the Breaking Benjamin I love is the one that punches you in the face with heaviness and then comes in
Oh,
with the
yeah.
melodies. And this is what that album gave in
Hands down, definitely.
droves. Of Mice and Men's new album, Defy. This is the first album without Austin Carlisle.
I did love Defy.
It has one of my favorite songs of the year that I have a video planned for, but of course I'm not editing. But I've listened to that track a bunch, which the name is escaping me. I think I want to do for Full Metal. Monuments. They came out with an album, Phoronesis. The gent metal band album names have weird names, but
Yeah.
good album. Ice Nine Kills, The Silver Scream,
Ice Nine Kills
Great.
is God.
great album. My boy from Affiance is rocking it on the drums. He actually won an award this year, like some kind of metalcore award of best new band, pickup or something.
Damn.
He won it for Ice Nine Kills for being their drummer, because I watched some of his live show stuff. Dude, I fucking love his drumming, and he's a cool dude, like, having talked to him. I found this new band recently. I started using Pandora again, and I put Periphery in, and I just kind of wanted, like, technical, like, degent type of music. And Intervals have some good stuff. There's a bunch of other bands that I could list, but, like, they kind of all somewhat blend together, but Intervals was the one I liked the most. Ninja Sex Party, Cool Patrol, easily their best album. Has their best song.
I'll add it, backwards to mine as well. I really enjoyed it. I forgot I listened to that
Danny,
my
don't
entire
you know?
vacation.
The Kraken, eating food in the shower. Just a bunch of dumb shit. But just Ninja Brian Goes to Soccer Practice is one of my favorite dumb skits that they have in their albums. Great stuff. And that's kind of like the bands that I have. Gotta mention all the YouTube people that I've seen. Little V, like, he blew up this year.
Get in there. I'm so happy for him. He's so talented.
All the Devil May Cry remakes that he did, which he remade a song that is a song that is in my bad list that we will get to. But yeah, he blew up this year, and I'm like, yeah, I love the dude. I'm so sad he lives in apartments now because he can't play drums anymore, because that's one of the reasons why I gravitated towards him. Because like, oh, he's playing everything. And love his stuff. Family Jewels had a good year as well. He had the Mario melody. Had John Petrucci on his channel. Guitars from Dream Theater. Bunch of other stuff. Artificial Fear kind of made this resurgence. He's one of the first YouTube guitarists that I started following. He has this video that, if you just want like guitar precision and just weirdness, he made a video where he played the rhythm to this like ancient Indian chanting music that just gets really fucking fast and really fucking weird. It's a great video. Highly recommended. Richard E.B., he just makes good covers all the time. Caleb Hiles I actually got into this year. He made a bunch of good stuff, and as well as Jonathan Young. And then there's this guitarist that I found recently, and through him I found a drummer on YouTube, Jason Richardson. And the drummer is in this video. Look up the song Tendinitis if you just want extremely technical, precise guitar playing and just in-your-face drumming. And also technically good drumming. And then Luke Holland is the drummer, and he has a bunch of YouTube videos and awesome stuff. Go look them up. And then right at the end of 2017, going into 2018, was when I think King's Game came out. And then I heard about Cold Rain, and then from there I found a bunch of Japanese
I love me some
rock
Cold
music
Rain.
and metal music, so I just kind of lumped them all together. And then I don't have much for bad, but I have Eminem just because Venom is awful. That's the only song I've heard. Fuck that song. Subhuman. Why the fuck did Capcom allow that song to get past any form of marketing to be the theme of their main character? Oh,
What is it?
the original Subhuman song that is Dante's theme for Devil May Cry 5. Go look it up. It is
It's
awful.
bad.
They
It is
mix
bad.
They mix the lead singer up so high over the beginning of the song sounds fine, and then the singer starts screaming. and it's just it goes from like a 6 to a hard 2. Like it just dive bombs. And Little V did his he made the song Competent. He made a remix of it after it came out because this was right after he made the Devil Trigger remix, and Subhuman came out, and then he just put out a tweet. He's like, "Believe me, guys, I've heard you all. I'm on it." Under Oath's new album was such a letdown. They were on hiatus or just like not a band anymore for like over a decade. They get back together, they start touring, and then they make this new album, and it is not Under Oath. And
We'll
so-
give them a little chance to come back. Maybe their next one will be.
I mean, I'm going to give them that, but this album was not them. They had one song that I liked on it, and then the rest were like, hold on, I don't remember the lead screamer's name, which is an incorrect statement really for this last album because he barely screamed, which was the thing. Spencer Chamberlain, like basically in all of their previous albums, he screamed. That's kind of the thing you knew him for. And then Aaron Gillespie, the drummer, he was the one who sang, and I guess he Spencer had a side project that is where like a lot of this like stylistic change came from, but just because like they played at Rock on the Range, and they're playing all of their old stuff. Everyone was fucking into it. They play Moving for the Sake of Motion and like all the different songs, and then they play shit off their new album, and everyone was just like, energy kind of dive bombed. But yeah,
that's gotta feel bad.
And then, not so much for the music's sake, but just bad news. The lead singer of We Came as Romans dying, just as a bad note. And that's it for music for me. A lot of it was a lot of YouTube stuff, seeing a bunch of different things, and then now that I'm getting back into Pandora, I'm trying to get more shit and find more bands.
Yeah, I want more music.
Dude! Oh, well, you guys wouldn't give a shit. I have a lot of music.
I actually forgot something because I guess I was a little confused about promoting a friend's band, but I had sent Mike a copy of a friend of mine's band's. There's the song they were putting out when it was in the mixing phase. Maybe you remember it, Mike. My friend Nick, his band Anyone Anyway. They released their album earlier in the year, and they came to Syracuse to play a show. They're on tour now. I went to the show and I was a little confused. I was like, okay, this is a little there's a little big people following here from a band from Rhode Island. And my buddy, he gets me and he's like, hey, you're gonna need these, and he hands me earplugs. I've never been handed earplugs or seen earplugs needed at a rock concert before. I'm like, you guys aren't that heavy from what I know. And he just gives me like this look. He's like, get in here. If I hadn't had the earplugs, I might be deaf. They are heavy, they hit hard, and they put on one of the best shows I have seen. So their music is actually pretty fucking kick-ass. Their first one was kind of on the softer, more experimental side. The newer one is heavy, and I can't suggest them highly enough. Anyone Anyway. They are growing in popularity. They just signed to a management team, and they're going to be going after a solid label sometime this year, and they're expanding their tours from just the East Coast now towards the Midwest next year. Actually, the weekend of Colossal Con, they're going to be playing a show in Columbus.
Oh.
Yeah. So again, Anyone Anyway. They check them out. They're really impressive. They came out of nowhere, and I know the guy. I know the lead guitarist and backup vocalist, and I was just like, you guys can't be that heavy when I got handed those earplugs, and I needed them.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that is it for music. Games or movies?
My games are going to be very short.
Yeah, I say we go games.
Games.
Okay.
Go games first. Yeah.
All right. Mine is medium-ish. So
This was probably my lowest gaming year of all time.
really,
Same.
Yeah. Not even close. Been playing games since I was 2. This is definitely the lowest I've ever played.
Wow.
Yep. Can confirm.
Who's gonna start?
I'll start us off because my list is pretty quick and it's simple. So this year started off playing a lot of PUBG, and I fell in love with it. Fell out of love with it just as quick. The game went nowhere. It was boring and dull. And apparently coming back to life now. Whatever. Too little, too late. Meh. Rainbow Six Siege. I played a metric fuck ton of that this year. Let me just grab my quick hour count on that game. I have 550 hours logged, and that's just from 2018. So yeah. I also finally bought and played through Nier Automata. Check that game can't be hyped up enough. .hack GU Last Recode came out at the end of 2017. I didn't get my hands on it until 2018. Sold outstanding. We're going to be getting a new .hack game. Whispers are saying so. Yay! .hack Last Recode was a very good success.
Yay, y'all.
Yeah, y'all. Aside from that,
Why can I be happy? Shut up.
Everybody
Give up hope. Stop looking for it.
I'm not looking for it. I just expect it.
aside from that, we have Spider-Man. The new Spider-Man game for PS4 was holy shit an outstanding game. I haven't finished it. I haven't really had a lot of time to complete it, but I'm about halfway through the story now, and my god, this game is fun to play. So I'm hyped as fuck to talk about that game whenever anybody asks about it. Definitely one of the best games to come out this year. Aside from that, that's really going to be it for me. There we go.
All right.
Shadowverse, Smash,
Shadowverse?
It's PC.
It's his mobile game.
Yeah, mobile game too.
No.
Shadowverse, Spider-Man, Smash. That's basically what I got for my list. Unless somebody says something, I go, "Oh yeah, I played that too."
I'm gonna be saying some stuff that you're gonna say. I'll go next then. I'm gonna save P5 and P3 for later. Smash is really good. My husband putting in big work,
So whatever, bro.
getting his
I
claws
just need to
in there.
find. I just need to find
deep,
somebody.
deep in
Greninja.
there.
I like Greninja though.
He ain't getting it done.
He will get it done.
Greninja is
Okay.
good.
Greninja is butt. Digimon came out this year.
Yes, it
So
did.
that
I like the
all
first
my
one more.
time. So good. Attack on Titan 2,
That's all.
Forgotten, came and went early in the year, but I still had a lot of fun with that game. I liked the first one a little bit better because they took out some certain number of things. They put in some things that I wasn't too proud of. I love those types of games. It's basically a Warriors game, but with Titans. You got objectives. You do them. I couldn't really play with Sasha because I was so sad what happened to her in the manga. I'm like, I like one character, and then okay, 5 stars.
Bloom.
South Park came out this year.
Oh, I thought it came out in.
Yep.
It came out for the
okay,
Switch
yep.
this year.
Did it?
Yeah. It came out last year.
Hold on, sorry, I gotta pause you real quick, Mike. According to BG, according to Drew, your computer's
Yeah,
making dinging
I'd
sounds.
stop that. I stopped that.
Okay.
My B.
Yeah.
It was still a good game.
Yeah. it was-
Detroit.
yeah.
Detroit.
Oh Jesus! Yes,
Yeah.
it's probably my favorite game of the year.
It was so good.
It was so good.
I hated that it was so good. It had no right to me.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. I
You
understand.
finally saw what I see.
No, that was a good game. Those other ones were not good games.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't know if Detroit would be as good for you if you had watched somebody else play it and you hadn't played it yourself.
I think it would. Because it's just a good I cared about the characters. and
Yeah,
stuff.
you do care about.
That's
the
all
character.
you need.
I
I didn't care about Jason, Jacques Lafrance, or whatever his name was, Madison. None of the people in Heavy Rain. Don't even talk to me about Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Nobody talks about that game anymore. It don't exist.
So yeah, I think I would have. But yeah.
I think playing through it gives you a little bit more appreciation of it.
Have you started it up, Mike?
No, it's
It's there.
Just
It's there.
sitting.
Hey, I just got through. I'm about to get through Digimon, and I got Tales of Vesperia that I'm replaying.
Which you've
but
already played before.
I'm mostly playing it at work, and then I also have Gravity Rush 1 and 2 sitting on my PlayStation.
I'd say knock out Detroit. You can a lazy Sunday. You can knock that out in a day. And it's just a good story. and a
Like
good
I
game.
know I'm going to like it for the same reasons that I love Nier Automata. Is I love it when fictions ask the age-old question of what it means to be human, and try to wrap it around whatever story they're trying to tell.
And boy, did they tell a
Yeah.
story.
I'm not really the biggest fan of Game Grumps. I peek my head in every now and again, but they did a really good playthrough of Detroit, and then they stopped it, and then they started it back up in like 2 or 3 streams, and they finished it up, and it was really, really funny, really good. Spider-Man, hey, it was a good game. Hey, I want to go to the DLCs, but I don't really have the inclination for that because I heard they're not very good. But I've seen a couple suits, and I'm like, yo, I want to play with that suit. And the final FNAF game came out this year. That was just sit down and get jump scared, and it was really good seeing people play that. It had everybody. It was crazy. A couple games that I wanted to play or
Boy,
just
that
like
list could be long for me.
sort of disappointed in. Soul Calibur 6. I'm waiting for them to say the word Amy, and then I'm in.
And you know they will, because y'all get everything.
WWE wanted to play that because WWE games are always a nice bit of fun. Wanted to play Nier. That's constantly just sitting there, just like I'm gonna get to you, Nier. You just sitting there, but it's always the hurdle of I don't understand the whole Nier world, and that's a bit of a. I understand
really
people are just
need-
like
Yeah, in all
yeah,
honesty,
I was just about
it's
to say people
your
are gonna be like,
benefit,
it's-
in a way.
Well, it's there, and I'll get to it eventually. One's Justice, just because
Yeah.
I love dumb arena fighters, and it seems like fun. I've seen some gameplay. It's like, yo, I can have fun with that for an hour or two. And the last one is The World Ends With You. I don't want to play it. I don't like
Want to
it.
mur your memory.
I just want to play the game that I want, and they're not giving me what I want.
Hey, Game Over Talk Show. Did you see what he said?
Yeah.
If you get Amy,
But they are rumored. I've seen those rumors, and that's why I'm not hyped. Rumors are just rumors
Okay.
until they say the word "me."
she's gonna come in with that little twirl, and you're gonna nut.
It's gonna be the loudest silent scream ever. I'm just gonna be within myself, just screaming and boiling and happy. I didn't talk about P3 and P5. Just so good, so fun. I'm still having so much fun. I'm still experiencing new things. I'm still getting better and better. Songs that I'm just like, I'll sit there and just go, I am never perfecting this song. I'm never getting King Crazy. That's the perfect. I'm never getting King Crazy in this song. Ever. I'll play it for fun and I'll get close. And I'm like, have I gotten that much better? It's like these are my hands, these are my eyes. I love it. There are songs that are just like that's insane. I can't do that. And then I'll play it like once, and I'll just fail it, just hard fail. You miss too many, and you will just fail. I'll play it again. I'll get closer to the end, and I'll play it like 2 or 3 more times, and I'll get to the end. I'm like, this is progression. This is hard progression. The characters look up any of the dances just to see any character. BG, I have got to show you just this little 1-minute segment that I think is the best segment in the entire game. I need to show you. I'm going to show you. We can do our whole exchange thing later, but I need to show you this one thing. I love these games so much. It's got me to go back and wanting to play P3. That's what it should do. I could talk about this so much more. We're not even in movies yet.
Yep.
Okay. Mike, your game.
All right. So, good. Red Dead Redemption 2. I enjoyed it, just not as much as basically everyone else. You know,
I feel like a lot of people are really going down on that game.
It's just it is very similar to the previous game. Some of the mechanics to me were a detriment, like having to go back to your horse to get shit all the time. Just I like realism in a game to a point. When you start crossing the threshold of like being too real, then it just reminds you of regular life, and you don't like that. I go to games to escape from regular life. So there's
Yeah, I saw you just slowly doing stuff. I'm like, is this fun for him as he's slowly just like skinning a muskrat? I'm like,
Again, yeah, just like stuff like that where there is a video I think it's by Barry Kramer, who used to be from the Game Grumps. It was like the moment you start like getting closer to realism, or like I forget what or immersion, basically, where it's like it's so immersive, but it's like the closer you get to reality, usually the like fun like is inversely proportional. And
yeah, there was another moment as you were just slowly paddling through the river.
Well, yeah, because
took you, like-
I forgot the fucking gun, and I had to paddle back over the river to go to my horse to get the damn gun and paddle back.
Yeah, that took you like 2 minutes. I'm like, you're just staring at the screen. I'm like, I can understand somebody sitting here and listen to a little podcast or something, but I'm like, ooh, this ain't for me. You keep that over there.
But like the story of the game itself was great. Characters were great. It's just the stuff around it was not my favorite stuff. Super Mario Party, the best Mario Party that they have released in years. It is fun. They went back to their roots. I've said it before. I love watching people play that game. I love playing it. I love watching people play it. It is a fun time. Octopath Traveler. Play the game. If you love classic
that's another one that I need to
JRPGs,
play.
play the game. The stories are pretty cliche, but the characters are fun. The battle mechanics are fun. Play the game. Music is
Give me a
amazing.
good battle mechanic, and
Hold on.
I'm in.
DABG versus his new
No.
comment.
Again, it's rumors.
Again, it's just a rumor.
Yeah. He said
Patch notes, inside things, nothing, because there's all sorts of scrap stuff in
We
games.
saw a really legit looking wristband from a event for Smash Bros. So
and
yeah.
that was just wrong. There it is.
Hello, Game Over Talk Show. I just saw
you are way late on that, kid.
Yeah, I know. I just saw it. Going back to my thing, I have Detroit Become Human on here just because of the gameplay that I have seen. I like the story. I like the world. I just need to play it myself. Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. Just started playing it recently, and I've been binging the fuck out of it and grinding and cheese strats. Many conversations. Yeah, it just scratches that JRPG turn-based itch. Like I said, it's like a combo of Tales of Game Dungeons, Persona, like Overworld, and Pokemon. It scratches a bunch of itches. Dragon Ball FighterZ. Mainly for literally us playing it together. Us playing through the story, me, BG, and DA. Just some of the dumb jokes that we made of like 16 being in the bush, his head, and just all the other dumb stuff. The interactions between different characters, like Gotenks talking with Nappa, like saying like, why can't you turn into a Super Saiyan? It's super easy. Like, we did it. All that different stuff I loved. Shit.
Can I just say, I really don't like Fighter Z.
You have said that before.
Just want to say it again.
Monster Hunter World, probably my favorite like co-op online multiplayer game that I played in a very long time. Played it a bunch with my roommates, played it a bunch with some of my buddies from work. I've never played any of the other Monster Hunter games, but I guess they made this the most accessible yet. Fun game. They're apparently just adding a whole nother game in the game, so cool. Spider-Man, we've already said, amazing game.
Amazing.
Love the movement.
God's here.
Smash Ultimate. I've been putting hours into it. Love the game. A lot of fun. Like,
I need to actually practice that game.
Yes.
Yes,
'cause
you do.
I literally only just play DA when I'm like, hey, some Smash.
yeah.
I mean, I do all right.
The
Especially
fun,
with my boy Link. I hit a ridiculous realest combo
It's
today.
not fair. It's what am I supposed to do? Legit. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna have to find somebody for Link, and that's not how it's supposed to be.
What are you talking about? Link and Ike is
I've never beaten you in Smash Ultimate with Ike versus Link. Never. I've gotten that time right then and there. I got so close, but then it just ended like a fart in the wind, just over. Like, oh, that was anticlimactic. I scratched and I clawed my way to victory. And I told you this earlier. All you need to do is, forward A //. Forward up 3 slashes. Great projectile. Great time bomb. Great boomerang. What I got? He's so big. He's so slow. He hurts you,
That's
but he
your
gotta
character,
hurt
though.
you.
That's
He
your-
has to hurt you.
Dude, one
And
match
if you
I
can
spent.
keep me out, which you do, I ain't nothing I can do.
One
I'll
match
start
I
my
spent the
combo,
whole-
and then you'll be like, boomerang, I'll start a combo. Oh, I get hit in the head with a boomerang. I gotta stop my combo. I gotta look out. I gotta always look behind my back for this garbage.
One match, I spent at least 40% of the match on the edge. Like, you just kept hitting me. I kept flying over the edge. I kept being on the edge. Like, the whole match.
I gotta
Still
get
won,
in
but-
and stay in. That's all I can do.
So this combo, I threw a boomerang, held the arrow while he was coming. So, let go of the arrow. The boomerang hit him. Then I 4-8 him to his death. Hype ass.
Now the problem with the
That-
boomerang is
damn.
in the last game, the boomerang was tornado. And the tornado wouldn't hurt you. It would just push you back or it would push you forward if it was behind you. And I would always charge up my forward A. The boomerang would push me forward and I would sometimes hit the forward A by luck. But that now it just hurts. And what? And I hate it. There's so little that I can do against Link.
You need to.
He's got no projectiles. And Link got projectiles out the boot.
Okay, but at the
Link
same
is
time,
so much faster than him,
And-
and his strength is not comparable
You need to start
his
looking at some
speed.
pro strats, dude. Nair.
Yeah, I know.
That's all you
I
gotta
know.
do is Nair.
at the same time,
It's not, but that's not a
at the
reliable
same
strategy.
time, I have nobody for Wolf. You are encounter picking my Pac-Man pick.
I need to
What?
because
What?
the Pac-Man is filth. Because Pac-Man is filth.
Dude, this mother keeps picking Isabel and sucking up my hydrant. So it's just like worthless.
But-
My down B is worthless in that matchup.
But as I said, once I realized what you were doing, you can easily bait out the hydrant. I go get it, and then that's a free hit, and that's what you started to do.
Also, I
But
fucking
hey,
love
hey.
Inkling.
Get Inkling. We're gonna get to Inkling. But hey, guess what? I sat there and compared Kid and Ryu. Ryu is literally better.
Yes.
Oh.
What do you want me to do about it?
Fair enough. That's- Now Inkling is just trash, and you are a fraud for playing Inkling. Anybody
No,
who
I
plays
just
Inkling
straight
is a
like
fraud.
Inkling. I like the in play style.
Tier
I'm not
whore.
doing none of the
Tier
bullshit.
whore.
I'm not doing none of the bullshit
Tier
people do.
whore.
I just like in Inkling's play style.
Oh boy.
It's garbage.
I love that.
And I had to bring in my big green friend Yoshi to take care of it.
I love that all the characters that I've been really liking have been like mid to low tier. Like Sonic's mid tier now, Ridley is mid to low tier. Ganondorf is probably the highest tier, which is weird because it's Ganondorf. But
Oh, that's fine. You can just
Dude.
choose Ridley and do that throw 12 times a game.
You know
That's
who
great.
is complete filth? Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario is a problem. I don't understand Dr. Mario. He hits like a truck.
He's got the speed of Mario. Dude, I hit him twice and it was 40%. Like, how's that
This
possible?
bastard easily launching Ganondorf. And I'm like, how?
Ganondorf, I think, had 81% or some. And like, what's going on with that character? He's
He's a little bit slower than Mar, but it's negligible
Mhm.
because he hits like a truck.
I got one more good game and then some other stuff. We can talk about Smash forever. My last good game, God of War. Easily
See,
my game of the year.
My brother bought it. I always meant to play it. I just never did.
The combat was fun. I loved I love the reboot aspect. I love the dynamic of dad of boy. They actually somehow humanized Kratos slightly, and just the whole story it tells. And just again, I've said this before. I'm a techie. I enjoy aspects of like how people do programming. I don't understand why they tortured themselves with the one-shot camera take in the game, but it is so fucking cool from a programming side of things.
It's awesome.
Like, and like, because I've even watched some like behind the scenes thing, and like all the developers are like, "Why the fuck did we do this?" But yeah, just from a technical side of things, I mean, the game is beautiful. That was the game where when it was coming out, I'm just like, I'm gonna buy a 4K TV, and I did. I got the PS4 Pro. The game is fucking beautiful. I could gush on it forever. I will say, though, God of War is my game of the year 2018. It is not my favorite game that I played this year.
See, that you learn that distinction.
Right. Smash Bros is above it, but again, Smash Bros is not my favorite game that I played this year, because my two favorite games that I played this year came out last year, and that is Persona 5 and Nier Automata. Nier Automata is now in my top 10 games of all time. I fucking love that game. Again, it asks that question that I love. What does it mean to be human? It goes about it in so many interesting and like just fuck with your head ways. The game setting fucks with you. The music is beautiful.
The music is outstanding.
And like one of the things I love that what games do is like the music is good, but then the music enhances a mood or a feeling. And like I've been noticing that with Digimon, where the music has just been like, like the music has not been something that has like been popping out in a good way for me. But Nier, there's a moment in that game, and I've said that the amusement park theme is my favorite song in that game for a very specific reason of just what the game does up until that point and just how it introduces that area. And then the music kicks in, and I immediately am just like, what the fuck is up with this world? What is going on? And just it sucked me in.
That's one of the best parts about the game. So many things happen that would just be normal in a regular RPG, that when it happens in Nier, you just go, wait, what the actual fuck is going on?
The combat is fun, and all the different characters have slightly different play styles. There's a lot to dig into that game. And it came out for Xbox One, so fuck it. It's a 2018 game.
There you go.
And then Persona 5. We have all talked about Persona 5.
Bruh.
Bad games. Both of these games I did not play, but I just have read up enough on them that I know. Metal Gear Survive.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh boy.
What happened?
Konami, what are you doing?
Oh no, baby. What is you doing?
The only good decision you made this year was putting Simon and Richter in Smash. Only good decision. Let's take the tactical stealth game and make it a survival horror tower defense game. That makes sense. Good job. And then Fallout 76.
So I have a friend that just became my friend about 3 months ago.
So you're still being nice to them.
No, I make fun of her.
Okay.
It doesn't take long. So, she was talking about, I'm saving up my money. It was around Black Friday. She's like, I'm gonna get a Switch, and I'm gonna get Fallout 76. And she was so hyped about Fallout 76. I have never heard her talk about it again.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
I don't even ask her about it.
Someone in the game, like I think this past week, recently found the developer room in the game.
Yes, yep. And they're banning people that get into it.
That has every item in the game there, including shit that like is going to be in DLCs. And you know, like this has been a thing in Bethesda games. In a single-player game experience, sure, whatever. It's whatever. What the fuck? This is a multiplayer game. This is a online game. Why did you keep that there?
Because they probably
lazy.
didn't code it out.
Yeah, they were lazy.
That's exactly what it is. But if you have a history of many of your games where you have these rooms and people have gotten into them, a cataloged history on the internet, I feel like you should know, okay, let's patch this out.
Nah.
It's,
They haven't patched it out yet. They're just banning people instead.
It's fascinating to me.
They're using an engine that's like 11 years old.
They don't
Fascinating
care.
to me.
What's his name even said? Not Todd Howard. What's his name? The guy who's the lead there over there.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
They
the
don't.
lead guy, the main guy from Bethesda, has said that they'll stop using that engine and they'll stop making games like this when people stop buying it. I think we just saw that moment happen.
That's not a great quote. EA made that quote.
Yeah.
It's not a good quote to make. And then
Yeah.
games that I missed that I wanted to play this year: Crash Insane Trilogy, Spyro Reignited, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and then Starlink Battle for Atlas, mostly because I saw it was a dumpster fire and I have it. It's on my Switch. I just have not played it yet.
Tomorrow.
Just curious, because I was like, this game looks interesting, like some fun Starfighter stuff, and hey, Star Fox is in it. And then I saw all the reviews come in. I was just like, ooh.
Star Fox is just cancer at this
Ooh,
point.
no, it is. It's
Yeah.
sad. Like, the best game that has come out recently was the remake of Star Fox 64 on the 3DS.
Ooh, boy.
But yeah, that's it for me and games. Go play Octopath.
Well, I guess we're at
Go do it.
movies.
Yes, we are. So, BG's going last.
Oh, absolutely.
Another
I'm not even
very-
going, most years I'll go down the list. Oh, DA and I saw this movie. DA, if you see a movie you saw, just point it out. Can't do it this year. Because I watched in theaters 85 movies this year. So I just did a top 10 best, a top 10 worst. Didn't even do a middling kind of man one. Just those two lists.
All right. I just went for games, so I probably shouldn't go again.
I'll go for movies real quick. I don't really have too many. Let me start off with the meh. So it started off at a higher point. If you had asked me about 4 months ago, now it's in the meh spot. Black Panther.
Thank you.
It was a good concept. It had good writing, but for the most part, everything about the movie is forgettable, and that's the problem.
It's such
Is
a
that-
man movie.
When it came out, the hype powered it because hype wasn't overpowered when I saw it. I saw it early enough, but now that all that has died down, we've gotten better movies from Marvel. It's in the meh tier. It's good, but not good enough to be considered good. Because then there's
I'm gonna have to-
Infinity War, which
I'm
was
gonna have to go back and watch Black Panther before I give up for.
I just rewatched it about
It's not worth it, bro.
3 weeks
it's not,
ago.
It's not a
It's-
great movie.
if you've seen it, when you go to rewatch it, you're gonna go, oh yeah, that did happen. Oh yeah, that did happen.
It's
Oh yeah,
carried
he
by
was
Shuri,
like this.
Killmonger. Like it's carried by like 3 people, and that's
Yeah.
about it. Everything
And
else. you
even
can
then,
sit it
the
down.
scenes that you remember loving aren't as long or as impactful as you remember.
But that's really for anything. But I remember I loves me a big dumb lame-o, and I remember Panther being a big dumb lame-o.
Okay.
Like
And
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to it.
enjoy that. Infinity War was a holy fuck movie. I thought I understood where they were going to go with certain aspects. I thought I understood how the movie was going to end. Jesus Christ, I was wrong.
Love that movie.
That movie was so fucking good. It gets extra fucking bonus points for making Peter Dinklage a giant. That I want to know how drunk the crew was, and they were just like, we got Dinklage to sign on. What character would you use him for? And then there's just Jack in the back of the room, toasted beyond imagine. Let's make him fucking giant. That man needs a raise.
Giant dwarf. A
Yeah,
giant
he's a
dwarf.
giant dwarf. Just give the man who suggested that all the fucking money. Give him RDJ's money, because my god. At the top of my list for the movies this year is Into the Goddamn Spider-Verse, because holy
shit that movie.
I've never been so sad that a movie is not making enough money.
Same.
It should be making so much money.
and
I
Aquaman should
love
just legit
Infinity
be
War.
flipped.
I loved Infinity War. That movie was top of my list until I saw Spider-Verse. That movie is pinnacle superhero shit. They handled so many different characters without even giving focus to half of them, but they still felt fleshed and real. That was just outstanding writing, animation, development. It hit me in all the best ways a movie should.
Even
And-
hit?
What?
Aquaman, I'm sorry.
It's just outstanding. I can't suggest it enough. That's Solo was trashed here. That movie is a goddamn dumpster fire. Don't even bother.
Solo's not very good.
It's really, 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 really not.
Solo's not very good at
It's
all.
very not good. Ready Player One, massive letdown movie, but then again, I didn't know anything about the book before I went into the movie. I came out not really knowing anything about either, so, I mean, hey. It was a fun watch. There were some cool cameos from characters, but that's not enough for me to consider it a good movie. It was just a thing. Crimes of Grindelwald is a movie that I did like. I liked it a lot when I first saw it. And then as I started to process what the fuck I watched,
And then you thought.
I realized that I didn't know what the fuck they were trying to do. The first of the Fantastic Beasts movies was fun. It was entertaining. I love all the characters. Crimes of Grindelwald kind of turned like all that on its head, and they just said, "Fuck the Harry Potter lore. We're doing this live." And now I'm just kind of like, okay, this exists. I acknowledge I've watched it. It's not trash. It's not great or good. It's in the solid mat tier. And that's pretty much it for movies for me.
Okay, I will go next. Good. I enjoyed Aquaman. I am a man who will just indulge in some good fun movies, and I enjoyed myself that entire movie.
D and I just had a discussion about this.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, again, fun movie. Infinity War, oh, that had so much action porn for me.
Doctor Strange versus Thanos is just.
boy!
That is so good.
They should have just gave me 40 minutes of that.
Dude, when all the arms come out and his music kicks in again, music evoking a mood. I was just like, fuck yeah, come on.
I think the single scene that outdid every action scene was Stark relaying the plan to the Guardians. I don't think I've ever laughed
Kick
harder
names,
at a
take
non.
ass.
Yeah, that scene wasn't written with the comedy in mind. It was just literally Stark interacting with the Guardians, and Stark's every reaction and Peter's background faces. Because I've rewatched the movie like 3 times now. That's on Netflix. It's fucking godlike.
It's a solid 10 seconds of silence.
Oh yeah. Is your friend okay? And you look at Strange and his head is bobbling. And I've seen a meme now where people have memed that scene up, and now I can't see the scene where Strange is looking through the multiverse without hearing the Windows error blip pop up with every motion of his head. It's fucking amazing. I'm gonna look up that clip for you guys real quick if you haven't seen it.
All right.
Just go
For
ahead.
me, the one moment will always be when Peter was about to shoot Gamora, and Thanos just goes, "She's asked, hasn't she?" That one line.
Oh
was
my
just
god!
like,
And then
I
when he
love that
pulled the
line
trigger
so,
though, and he just
so
goes,
much.
"I like him."
He was testing him
Oh!
just to see if he had what it takes to sacrifice, and it was just so good. Thanos is amazing.
Yeah.
He's just such a great, quiet villain.
To me,
He's
the
not
best villain
dying
of all
in the next
time,
movie.
best superhero
He's
villain
not
of all
dying.
time.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna kill him.
He is like from a portrayal as well as just the actual like animation of him for the longest, I think I said this when the movie first came out. For the longest time, my favorite 3D animated character of all time, Gollum. I feel like that's a shoe-in for most people that have seen Lord of the Rings. Thanos usurped him. There was just certain things about the mannerisms that they portrayed. The one line that I always look at and I just go, holy crap, is like how detailed they went. Is when he's talking to Strange and he's like, the biggest of sacrifices require the strongest of wills, and you just see a vein pulsing in his head. Because he's just like, I'm so fucking close, but this dumb wizard. And just.
I just posted the video, by the way.
Like.
You
Yeah.
definitely didn't. Oh yeah, it's way down there.
Infinity War. Awesome. Black Panther. I still enjoyed it. I've rewatched it recently. It's not as good as it. It's not as good as people remember it being.
Not
to be
as good
perfectly
as
honest,
I want
I
was.
liked Aquaman more than Black Panther. Again, that might change. A few months down the line with Aquaman.
I think that's some recency bias.
Yeah. But we shall see.
I think that's a racial bias.
You wouldn't know.
Oh, I haven't heard that
I know,
15
100%.
times mentioning this already.
I know 100%.
Um.
No, I'll say that. Hey, you ain't talking about characters. There were stronger characters. The villain was stronger in Black Panther.
I enjoyed Black Manta more than Ocean Master, I will say.
For his 2.5 scenes?
I still loved him.
Okay, but he's not as good as Killmonger.
Yeah, I would agree to that. I just the
Mira
overall
and Aquaman had like no chemistry.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
So all of their scenes was just sort of dragging and just
Buffing Mira.
oh my goodness.
All right, Deadpool 2. Not as good as 1, but it was still fun.
Okay.
The Juggernaut songs. Christopher Robin. I enjoyed this movie. I know it's been hit and miss with people, but like from a I will say it's purely from a nostalgic perspective, just because
I've never been a Pooh fan, so
yeah, I have fond memories of liking Winnie the Pooh. I will say there's just some scenes in that movie that like, just I was like, oh, this is a Winnie the Pooh movie. And it shows like Christopher Robin leaving the 100-acre wood. Then it has like storybook pages. It's like Christopher Robin goes to boarding school, and it like shows him kind of struggling at boarding school, and then like something happens with his dad, and then it like cuts to a few years, and it's like flips the page. Christopher Robin goes to war. I'm like, whoa, what? Hold on.
That was a rough 3 months for old Robin.
And like, basically, it's like he becomes a curmudgeon old man, and it's up to Pooh to kind of like help him rediscover the kid inside, connect with his daughter, yada yada yada. Ralph Breaks the Internet. Very, very good sequel to a very, very good movie. Go see it. It addresses, as Disney movies do, it addresses like very touchy subjects in a lighthearted tone, like Zootopia dealt with racism. This deals with like toxic friendships and toxic relationships. Good movie.
too bad it's not Coco. So
Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Oh god, my man.
Just
Boy, that was a funny movie.
I will say, it's top 5 Stan Lee cameos. I can't say the best, but top 5 because it's just so dumb.
yeah, it's so ridiculous. They had fun with that movie.
Yes, they did. Oh, there's so many things.
I'm saying off rip, Spider-Verse is his best cameo.
Yes.
Off
Yeah,
rip.
that was a really good one.
The suit always fits eventually.
Ant-Man and the Wasp killed me.
I haven't seen it
I
yet.
had a lot of fun in the 60s. I guess I'm paying for it now. That killed me for like a solid minute.
Oh. So yeah, them going back to recorrect them fucking with the timelines and just shoving Martha in, putting the pearl necklace around her and then shoving the Waynes into the alley, and you just see gunshot flashes and them high-fiving with Bruce
Thumbs up, smiling.
looking in
Raven
horror.
throws the pearls on her.
It's
the worst.
so dark. It's so dark.
That dumb rap in the beginning coming back and being incorporated in the end
Yes.
was so good.
And the last movie I have is the My Hero Academia movie.
Never saw it.
Great stuff.
All might,
I needed
all
the dub.
night, all
Being
right.
his cheesy self.
He's such a dork. I love him
Just
so
the
much.
final like attack thing, the pose. That's all I'll
Yeah.
say.
Yep,
'Cause
yep.
Deku's all
My
looking
man.
serious, and then All Might does.
My man. Oh, I want more. I'm not a big action guy, but I want more All Might action, and that's probably the last that we're gonna get, unless we're getting
Yeah.
just like random flashbacks and stuff, and that hurts because it's so good.
So I don't have any bad movies, but I have meh movies,
Boy, you lived a great life
and many
this year.
and because I don't usually actively go seek out bad movies in theaters anyway. So Pacific Rim 2 is just there. Like it had some action scenes, and yeah, that's really all I'll say. Ready Player One, same thing that Ralph said. The cameos were fun and that, but like it was all right. And then I went back and read the book, and to me, the book was way better than the movie.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
it was a fine movie. I enjoyed the movie more than the book.
Fair. Incredibles 2.
Disappointment.
Yeah, it just, and it may be just because we've gotten so much other good superhero stuff in between these two Incredibles movies, but just it fell flat. It is nowhere near as good as the first one, and it just was okay. And then Fantastic Beasts. You
I warned you.
yes, you did. Literally,
Okay.
the entire car ride back, Teresa and I were just like analyzing and just being like, that was air. There's a whole lot of nothing. What happened? And then I have movies that I missed but wanted to see, for good or bad. The new Tomb Raider. Heard it was
Eh.
awful.
No, it was
Rampage.
eh.
Solo, which is either on or coming to Netflix, so I will be
Fair.
seeing that soon.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Jurassic World 2. Mission Impossible Fallout, that I heard is good.
Great.
Bohemian Rhapsody, I've heard that's amazing.
Yo,
haven't
get
watched
in there. It's so good.
Bumblebee, which I've actually heard is good.
Heard it's the
I
best
didn't know.
Transformer movie.
Yeah.
Didn't perform well at all. Well, not at all. Just not as good as the other ones.
Yeah. And then Venom. Because I still haven't fucking
Venom!
Ridiculous.
seen it. I know. But that is it for
Jim-
me in movies. Into the Spider-Verse, easily movie of the year, with Infinity War right behind it.
Yeah.
Spider-Verse is just such a good.
It's unbelievably good.
I get, go watch it, everyone.
Yeah.
Like
Black
it's
Panther.
such
Okay.
a complete package.
Yeah, so tight. Black Panther, shut up. It's awesome. Sorry, maybe not awesome. I'll go back and watch it and I'll
Please
report
do.
back. A Quiet Place.
Good movie.
I watched that when I was just bored, and I was just like, I've heard a lot of things about this. And I went, you know what? That was a very high quality movie.
And you
I-
have to watch that movie.
yeah, I really enjoyed A Quiet Place. Made a lot of
I
sense.
love the old man. There's spoilers at this point. You can just not listen.
Yeah.
I love the old man seeing his wife, and then they're just like, don't, and no, screw that noise. I'm done too.
and he just screams and just gets attacked. Oh man, it's so good. Avengers, hey, that's a pretty good movie, you guys. I never saw Ant-Man, and I wanted to see Ant-Man and the Wasp as well, just see where it would go into the next Avengers. So me and myself and BG sat down and watched Ant-Man 1 and Ant-Man 2. Both are pretty good movies.
Yeah.
I'd say the second one is just a little bit better, but both of them are just like 7.75s.
Oh boy,
Yeah, you guys peaked there for like a half second.
Oh, that's weird.
rough.
Yeah, that's weird.
Maybe with my phone. I keep
Maybe.
my
Might
phone
have
away
been
from them.
because that was a hard beat.
Yeah,
and
I was
hurt my head.
With Ant-Man, I was curious what they would do after Infinity War, just because it was Infinity War. And I like
Yeah.
how like this I mean Ant-Man's all about getting small, and just the scope of the story was small too. It's about family, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah, and it was quite funny as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was really happy about that.
The little girl, his daughter, was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love
His
her.
friend-
I still haven't seen. I need to see that movie.
His friends did not overstay their welcome, which happens a lot with random movies like this. But they came in when they were needed. They left when they weren't. Not enough
All right.
Wasp though.
Yeah.
She was not in the movie that much.
Really, despite it being Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, I think she had like 2.5 action scenes.
Aww.
I feel like she had more.
She had
If
the
you count-
big one.
If you
against-
count driving, then. But I'm
Well,
talking about.
there's the
whoa,
driving. There
that's
was
happened
the
a lot.
hotel.
Yeah, I'm talking about punching.
Yeah, the hotel.
I'm talking about. Yeah,
And
don't
that was mo- and
involve
I
the
would say that-
driving.
That was mostly her.
Yeah, but don't involve the driving.
well,
Driving. doesn't count.
she beats a bunch of people up inside the hotel, and then goes.
No, but I said the driving.
yeah, I'm talking about
Okay, so you're counting the hotel. What else?
hotel. I believe they have a small fight scene in the dude's house. No, that's just
Yep.
them escaping. The fight scene inside the lab. Because
Mhm.
I'm trying to think. Because like,
No, that
That
was about it.
sounds like 2.5.
because that's all that really Ant-Man has.
Yeah, and that's my problem.
Well, but yeah, I
So
feel like
I
they're
go
in the
back to
movie-
my problem. Wasp only had 2.5 fight scenes.
Well, so did Ant-Man.
Yeah, but Ant-Man had a lot more to do. He was that did him getting big and getting small as
Yeah,
well.
I would equate that to the driving scenes, though.
I wouldn't, because he had to get big and actually accomplish a mission as opposed to just driving, which really anybody could do. And it was shown that anybody can do when his little Mexican friend did it.
Oh, also she has the fight scene. She has a fight scene while she's driving because Ghost shows up, and they're
That's
like,
the half, I would say. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Next up, the Bleach movie. The Bleach movie was surprisingly good. I'm not gonna put it in the man category because I don't think it's man. I don't think it deserves to be in the 3 mans. I don't think it's a bad movie. I think that it's pretty good. If I was to rank this would be like number 9 or 10. It's totally watchable. It's a really good anime adaptation. They just sort of skip over some stuff. They're just like
Too much.
Chad is here and look at this dude. He's Chad. He ain't gonna do nothing, but he
"This
Chad.
dude, he's Chad."
Yeah. Teen Titans Go to the movie. Loved it. Really, really funny. My Hero. Oh, that was it was kind of a good movie experience. But I love seeing it in the big screen and seeing All
Wish
Might
I
do
could've.
his thing. Young All Might is still weird to me though. I will never get over it. Bohemian Rhapsody, they sort of yada over some things.
His gayness.
His
alleged
gayness
gayness.
was there, but it was just sort of like young Freddie Mercury was a young, happening 12-year-old. He's singing and stuff. And now he's in Queen and he's in an arena. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. Nothing happened between then and then. Spider-Verse, yeah.
He goes
And me
to
and B.
war.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a bit of a jump. I'm Freddie Mercury. I'm Christopher Robin Miller. Crossover. I'm not gonna talk about the crossover movie. Don't worry. Upgrade. Oh boy, BG talked about this in an earlier podcast, and I just sort of shut him out. I was just like, yeah, whatever. Your crazy movies and your No, it's actually super, super good.
It was. I didn't expect it to be that good. I actually completely forgot about the movie. I'm gonna tack that onto my good list as well. I really enjoyed the
Everybody I've ever recommended Upgrade to has been like, "Wow, that's actually a really good movie."
Because it is.
It's really a good movie. It's a black comedy at parts. It frames things. It foreshadows. It's a competent good movie.
The action scenes
It
are
is.
really good.
The
They
action
are,
scenes are
yes.
ridiculous. The
Yes.
camera work, I love that.
I
movie.
went to IMDb, and what they did in order to accomplish that is they put a cell phone on the main guy's. I think it was in his pocket,
Mhm.
and they set a tracker for the camera, so no matter what, the camera will always focus on that phone, and thus on him. So when he's cartwheeling, the camera would cartwheel as well. And
that's
he
smart.
will always be in the center frame, and that's how they accomplished it.
That's
super good.
Bruh.
Oh man.
And
that
he is a ridiculous body actor. His robotic movements and all that stuff, amazing.
Yeah, I'd say check that out. The meh category, I'm gonna get a lot of heat for my third one. Venom. Venom is meh. I cannot justifiably put it in the bad nor the good, so it is just a hard meh. It was
Understandable.
enjoyable enough. Aquaman again, meh. I'd say that and Venom are what and what. Venom may even be a little bit better. And the third one is Unfriended the Dark Web is meh.
That's cool.
Okay, good. I didn't want to fight you about that.
No, I'm not gonna fight about it
Good.
because it didn't make my top 10. I don't think, and it's because I saw so many other movies. I was just like, woof.
And it wasn't that good either.
I wouldn't go that far. I like that movie.
The bad. Cloverfield Paradise.
Boy,
What a
Paradise.
bad
There we go.
movie.
9 movies in one.
Pick something and do it. Have some interesting characters and stick with them. Explain a couple things, maybe. I don't know. I would. That would make a whole lot of sense.
They threw in a Chinese-only speaker because they wanted the Chinese market.
Yeah, they did.
That's how you making your movies now.
Wife is in space, husband is on the ground. Every now and then they would just cut to the husband on the ground doing something. I'm like, I don't care about this dude. Get him out of here.
The fact
So-
that sentence started with wife and the space husband.
No, I said wife is in space, husband on the ground.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Wife and the space husband. My goodness,
Maybe
what?
that would have made the movie more interesting. I don't know.
It wouldn't have.
Something. Maybe show the monster more than twice. Solo was bad. Solo bad.
Mm.
Solo is just, hey, Star Wars.
It is a lot of hate Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I would just sit there and just go, that's a reference to something. Somebody's clapping. I ain't clapping. And that's all it was.
Yep.
The dude who played Solo wasn't particularly good. I didn't care about the love interest. The villain, I loved the villain for his 2 scenes.
How was Chewbacca though? That's the real question.
And they're making
There
a
are-
new one too for the Mandalorian. They've
I
got
think
It's a Netflix.
They've got-
that's
what's
been
his name?
off and on between canceled and not canceled.
it's-
they just casted the guy from Game of Thrones as the lead.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but it's not good. Axel. Okay. All right. Axel was about a boy. He's a bit of a loser. He's a hard-working, salt-of-the-earth type of dude. And then he goes up into the mountains. He gets tricked by his so-called friends. It's this big bully dude.
Oh,
He's a
this
dirt
movie?
biker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
He
did
finds
you
his-
see it?
He finds
For
this
this reason.
he finds this robo dog and they have adventures and it's a bunch of bonding and it's so bad.
It's so bad.
It's unbelievably it's very cliche. There are plenty of just dumb decisions throughout the movie. The dog does not look particularly good.
What is the
It's
dog
just
looks
sort of
like,
this big
like
hunk.
there's a movie that has like a robot dude that like looks kind of fugly that came out in the early 90s. Oh, what is this movie? What am I thinking of? Fuck, I'm gonna look.
Couldn't
this up.
tell you.
Yeah.
Not good movie.
Yeah, it is. Me and PG, that was probably the most fun we had, just cracking on a movie. That movie was fun to talk about, but man, it was terrible. But of course, there's a dumb robot dog that made like $18 in the theaters. Well, ain't nobody see that. The Nun was mostly boring, but it was also really, really bad. It's just a very generic horror movie. But it also spurred myself and BG to start looking up facts about nuns. And nuns live a very hard life.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not fun.
Dude, church is a scam.
Yeah.
That thing is a racket.
We can talk about nuns later, but yeah, that movie is just not very
Good,
good.
because that's a conversation that I've always wanted to have, but just no one's
Yeah,
known.
You'd
that's
be
podcast
surprised.
material.
I would walk up to somebody in a bar like, "Do you know how nuns live?" It's fascinating.
It's fascinating. It is. Slender Man. Ooh. Not scary, not interesting, not explaining anything.
Still don't know what happened.
Characters are boring and
All right,
bland. The Slender Man, his powers are ill-defined as to how you summon him, how you defeat him, what he can do. It's just a mishmash of just nothing. There's like no blood in the entire movie. Things just happen. But it was a short 1:30. They got in, they got out. Pacific Rim 2 was not good. I was struggling through that movie.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm a man. I said this to BG right after I finished watching. I said to him, I wish that I could just enjoy action like people do, because that's just an enjoy the action. Because the last like 30 minutes is just robot whipping people and swords and crap. I'm just sitting there just going, man. But I'm sure other people will be like, yeah, robot stuff. But it's not for me, and I wish I could enjoy things like that a little bit more. Hurricane Heist is the last one. Hurricane Heist is bad. It's so. What were they thinking with Hurricane Heist?
I found the
Again,
movie
they
on
were trying for the Sharknado crowd.
What were you looking for?
Star Kid. The dog looks like a dog.
I couldn't even
Star
tell
Kid.
you.
Yo.
Oh, I remember this.
Yep, that's the dog.
Oh no.
I
Yeah,
never
Hurricane
saw
Heist.
this movie. I just remember the
Just
image.
something, just vague images of just like you'll just sit there and just go, Flubber's a movie, and things happened in Flubber.
Robin Williams.
Oh my god, I'm going back and forth. This is. Oh no.
Yeah,
no.
no, they repurposed that. I'm convinced now.
Oh boy, for those that are interested, look up AXL, the Dumb Dog robot movie, and then look up Star Kid from 1997. He just went. The dog got bipedal and lost a snout. That's really what happened here. Oh, I'm so happy my brain like made that connection.
See, that's what media consumption does for you. References, funny references.
Oh,
This looks like this.
That's
Alright.
it for me.
sorry, continue.
That's it for me.
Okay.
Don't watch Hurricane Heist. It's not good. It's barely interesting.
So, your boy is next. I'm only doing my top 10 best and worst. So I'm gonna do my best first because I'm sure the worst is what people really want. So get the best out the way. I'm sure 85% of these movies either people didn't see or they've never even heard of. So my number 10 movie. Now I was waffling between like 4 movies: Crazy Rich Asians, like 3 other movies. But I'm going with A Simple Favor. It was actually very funny, and I enjoyed it a lot. I did not think I was gonna enjoy it. It's kind of a chick flick. Basically, this Frau housewife, do everything by the book, meets up with this woman that's just like, I'm just gonna do whatever I want. I'm rich. My husband's rich. We don't give a shit. And then the woman disappears. The who gives a woman. And people are blaming the Frau housewife, and it's like, what's going on with the disappearance? She's taking care of the kids, so she starts embarking on this mystery to find her, and she is just turning darker with each thing, but it's still a comedy. I enjoyed it a lot. I was very surprised. Number 9, Avengers: Infinity War. Did not expect it to be this low, but there you have it. We
Yeah.
talked about it enough.
Well, I think it's the quantity of what you saw.
Number 8, Hereditary. Very slow movie. If you're not interested in like visceral horror, like just psychological stuff, you're probably not gonna like it because it is a very slow moving movie. A lot of moving parts that are just like in the background, and it's not very jump scary, and that's gonna turn a lot of people off. But I very much enjoy Hereditary.
Yeah, my roommate actually was telling me about how he saw it. He's just like, I love that movie. I like how it did the horror. I never want to watch it again.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely creepy, and the ending is trash. Number 7, Overlord. Basically zombie Nazis, but it's actually not awful. It's a really good movie. It's basically just like a Saving Private Ryan type thing, except they throw in these monsters, and there's actually not a lot of monsters. It's more about the experiments going on, but it's just a very good movie. I enjoyed it. Number 6, A Star Is Born. This is
Gaga?
yeah, the Gaga movie. Fantastic movie. Great music. Gaga did super well. I was surprised.
Don't be surprised by Gaga.
I don't, you know, when these singers turn actresses or actors, and it's just like, it may not happen. Like Michael Jordan in Space Jam. Like,
But that's 80% of athletes.
what do you mean?
They can't act.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. How many singers do you know that can act? Do you think Michael Jackson did well?
I was just about to say Moonwalker.
We might need to rewatch that because I'm sure that movie is a dumpster fire.
We need to rewatch.
Oh, we were supposed to watch that for the meetup.
Yeah, I know.
I remember
were
talking
mentioning
about that at Yoma.
Yeah.
I clean forgot. That could have been fun.
Okay, so yeah, Star is Born, fantastic movie, good story. It's kind of long, but it deserves to be long. Number 5, Annihilation. Yeah,
MK Annihilation. We just watched that. It was terrible.
yeah, okay, thanks, DA. Annihilation.
It was terrible.
It's like this ring circling the planet that is just getting closer and closer.
Birdcage.
Yeah, like a birdcage, Dofi, and
the Natalie Portman movie?
What?
Is that the Natalie Portman movie that I'm thinking of?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So these, and it's very weird. You see all these films about women empowerment and stuff, but this is a very good shot movie, very like thinky movie that it stars 4 women and almost nobody else is in the movie except these 4 women, and like nobody's talking about it. It's because it wasn't dumb enough for you people. It's a very good like imagery pleasing, I guess I would put it, movie. It's just a great movie.
I read an article
highly
recently.
recommend it.
I've not seen the movie, but like, I guess it was like something to do with like horror and suspense. The bear scene.
Mm. Oh yeah, bear scene was ridiculous. So I'm sure a lot of people aren't gonna watch this movie, so I'm just gonna tell you the bear scene. There's a bear that's blind, so they're all like in the room, and the bear walks in, and they're just trying to be as quiet as possible and escape the room. But this bear's just sniffing around and constantly walking. Very slow scene. It's about an 8-9 minute scene of just them trying to get out away from this bear.
Doesn't it mimic screams?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh yeah. What happens is it hears somebody say something, and then it gets that voice. So then it'll open its mouth or whatever, and that voice will come out. So then people are like drawn towards it, and then it just kills them. Number 4, Isle of Dogs, which is, you know,
That's one
I love dogs.
I want to go see too. I should have had that in my list.
Stop motion animation. I don't care who it was made by. Everybody's like, "Oh, do you like the?" I don't care. This is a good movie.
Is that made by the Wallace and Gromit people?
No, you're thinking of Early Man.
It is.
Am I?
It's a name. It's a name. Wes Anderson.
Yeah, they say it's made by him. So, do you like his stuff? I don't care. It's very. It could be seen as insensitive to Japanese people because it's a lot of like cultural stuff going on, but it's a ridiculous movie. I love it. It's just like people staring at each other and just talking. It's just ridiculous. I love that movie. I have 2% left. Number 3, Sorry to Bother You. What a left turn. Before that, it's a pretty good black comedy, and then after that, it was just like, yep, top of the charts. I can't say too much about it. It's on Hulu. I can't say too much without giving it away, so I would just recommend going and see that. Usually, this would be a clean sweep, but Number 2, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Number 2 movie of the year. We've already talked about it. Number 1 is Upgrade. Ridiculous movie. Everybody go see that movie. And now for my worst. So, again, just like my best, I had about 4 movies fighting for that number 10 spot. I was going, this movie was really bad, but it was boring. Do I want to put it here? This movie was really interesting, but it was awful. Do I want to put it here? And I decided to put number 10 as Robin Hood. What a trash movie. And I only went to go see it because it's the dude from Kingsman, and I love the Kingsman series.
But that's a Jamie Foxx one.
Yes.
It was like a modern retelling, right?
Yes, it was like a CW show. It was like a CW show.
Ooh, that is not
That movie was that. It was like Arrow, bro. I'm telling you,
damning
terrible.
comment. It's a damning review.
Terrible. Number 9, and he's and then they go sequel bait. Y'all ain't getting no sequel. Number 9, Cloverfield Paradox. Talked about it. What a terrible movie. Number 8, Uncle Drew.
Why you watching this stuff?
For this reason.
You shouldn't have a worse list because you just did this to yourself.
Some of these I knew were gonna be terrible. Other ones I hope they would be good. Like Rampage is a rock movie that I'm just like, it could go either way because rock movies go either way. And that one's like, okay, that's pretty good. It's not even pretty good. It's like, okay, that's okay. So yeah, that's how that goes. Yeah, Uncle Drew, dogs. Holy crap. It's simply, I'm an old man and you're a young up-and-comer. And it's, and of course, it's some money scheme. I need this money to do this. You don't care.
That movie's a money scheme.
You don't care about the game of basketball. You don't really care. Of course I care, man. This is my blood. Then why are you all about the money?
Drinks Pepsi.
Anything with Tiffany Haddish except The Oath. The Oath was a good movie. Any movie with Tiffany Haddish besides that movie was a dumpster fire. That woman's so unfunny. She is simply black woman in every movie. Number 7.
Was Pepsi all over that movie, though? Just because Uncle Drew was a Pepsi advertisement.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you anybody's name besides Drew. Literally couldn't. Number 7, Jurassic World.
Ooh.
What were y'all doing? It had one good scene. I was like, wow, that is an amazing scene. And then nothing else.
It got that low. Out of 84 movies. Damn.
Yeah, oh yeah. I really didn't like that movie. Number 6, Slender Man. Already talked about it. What a dog movie. I do off rip. My number 5 movie was my number 3 movie for the entire year, but saw other movies, had to push it down. Number 5, Skyscraper. Like I said, rock movies can go either way. This went the wrong way. Terrible movie. Number 4, Axel. What more can be said about that piece of shit?
Star Kid.
That's pretty low for Axel.
I have seen 2 movies in the past month. My number 3 movie is it was my number 1 movie for the entire year. But I have seen 2 movies in the past month that has surpassed it. My number 3 movie is Action Point. The whatever jackass guy's name is, his thing. Not a laugh to be found. Not a laugh in sight. You are 13 years too late for this type of movie, my guy. Pack it up. Made $4. Number 2, Show Dogs. So, for anybody
that's just sitting there watching this Show Dogs straight face, I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, here's what happened in Show Dogs, yo. I'm like, I don't care. Of course it's terrible. Yo, dog puns. What'd you expect?
Bruh, it was like a mile a minute, though. So, Show Dogs, for anybody that doesn't know, is dogs can talk to each other, but apparently humans can't hear them. It took me like 30 minutes to even figure that out, if the humans can understand a dog. But dogs can talk to each other. Humans can't understand them. It's a police dog and a human infiltrating a dog show to rescue a panda.
Hmm.
Yeah,
As a 16%
stars
on
Will
Rotten
Arnett.
Tomato.
I love Will Arnett. You're better than this.
He was in Teen Titans.
You're better than this.
He was the Batman.
He's
in the
BoJack Horseman.
Batman Lego movie. He needs a better agent.
You're better than this. Number 1 movie, Holmes and Watson.
Wow. Coming
Like I
in
said-
right at the finish line.
Bruh,
Real quick.
it was like the last movie I saw of 2018, and it's literally the worst movie of the year. It is so unfunny. Nobody gives a about anything that's happening. They try to do a twist, but you can't even see it coming because there's no real detective work. They spent at least 14 minutes on Holmes. We need to get ready to go to court. And then the wackiness that ensues before they go to court. And Moriarty is in court, and he goes, "This man is a Moriarty. It's a plant." And then the detective's like, "That's Moriarty. We spent forever trying to catch him." Like, "No, it was a double. Don't worry about it." And then it's just Moriarty. Braun Strowman is in this movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't even know. And then they were like, "You're gonna face Braun." I was like, "It can't be Braun Strowman." And then Braun Strowman just walks up and goes, "Rrr!" and then it's just Braun Strowman. They hit him with a chair and they do wrestling stuff.
Happy Town Murders didn't make the 10 list?
Nope.
Okay. Because you were talking about that. You were like, ugh.
No. So, yeah, that's my 10. I'm gonna show DA really quick all the movies I had on my bad list, and he don't care about the good like that. But yeah, that's my 10. Come on, 2019, be a little better. That's all I can hope for.
Ooh. So I guess like the ratio of good to bad, what was it?
It was about split, bruh.
Okay.
It was literally about 50-50. DA looking at it, he can tell you. It's about 50-50.
Did I see Bleach on your bed?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Dog, you got me.
Okay, so when I was making my good and my bad, I went, I'm not gonna do anything in the middle. I'm gonna think about every movie, and it's simply gonna be a part of the best or a part of the worst. And Bleach had to come in at the worst. I didn't like it. Kappa quitting was so fucking boring. That was about the one of the Kennedys that had drowned the girl in the lake and whatever. That movie was so boring. Where's Happy Town Murders? Fantastic. Nutcracker in the 4 Realms. My God, what was I doing this year?
Watching a fuck ton of movies.
Who besides me saw Mortal Engines? Anybody?
Nope.
Another $4.
It intrigued me.
Worst of the year.
What?
I've heard that was one of the worst.
Yes, it was terrible. Mile 22, Mark Wahlberg, and the martial arts was good in it, but I didn't give a shit about nobody.
Nobody forced you to watch these movies.
I forced myself. Truth or Dare disappointed. A Wrinkle in Time, Dogs. What were y'all? Man, I'm so mad about Wrinkle in Time. I was on Clock on the Walls, whatever. High school, of course. Smallfoot. Coco has ruined movies for me. And I say this because I was watching Smallfoot and I realized that animated movies simply break out into song.
Mm-hmm.
Into song and choreography. And a movie will just be like, okay, we're waking up, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, now we're singing and dancing. And I'm like, why? And I never asked why before Coco. Coco does it, and I know why. Coco has ruined animated musicals for me.
I will say
Period.
that Wreck-It Ralph has a song, and you will be able to answer that question.
That's all I need from people. If you're gonna sing, make it a point. Holmes and Watson is singing for nothing.
There was a very good joke about that in Rocco's Modern Life as well for the spring cleaning.
Oh yeah.
Rocco was like, "You guys had this whole song and dance number." It was like, "Yeah, we rehearsed it every Wednesday. You weren't there." But yeah, that's it. 2.5 hours. We've been going for
Yes,
too long.
yes, we have. So yeah, that is the best and worst for us for 2018.
I got
They're
a piss.
always long.
2019, I think, at least for games, is going to be bigger for me. Just because
Definitely.
All of us.
in this
all
month,
of
Even
us.
just this month, I
Yeah.
got Cage 3 and Resi.
Tails,
Yep.
so much.
I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more consumption for me as well.
Travis touchdown.
And then in April, I got MK11.
So much stuff.
For
And
me,
we
Soul
got
Calibur comes out this year.
we got wait what?
Soul Calibur because Amy.
Oh.
So that game simply didn't exist
we
before.
got Captain
Nothing.
Marvel. We got Avengers. Does Spider-Man come out this year?
Yep. July.
A bunch of stuff on that. There's
That trailer was
there's-
good.
I
I
think it's gonna
can't.
be a
This
good
is
year
going to be an
media-wise.
amazing year for games and movies.
I think it's gonna be a good one.
And TV. It's the end of Game of Thrones. It's
It's the end of Elementary.
whatever.
So much stuff.
Elementary is good.
All right, with that, we have taken up enough time. Your random.
We would just be starting the podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if we were still dealing with time. So, yeah, your random facts were just all the movies and stuff. The good and the bad. Those were your facts. No facts this week.
Yeah.
No,
need-
just we're done.
All right.
You've gotten enough facts from us.
Yeah.
I have watched 85 movies. If anybody wants my opinion on any movie,
No one does.
just hit
Don't
me up.
ask. Don't ask. Don't
Yeah,
ask.
still.
No one does.
No one.
No one
Yeah,
asks.
all
Okay,
right.
we're done. We're done. Later.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.